250. Say the words free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. And when you talk to them about that free heart scan, ask about cancer screening. My goodness, that's important. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll have an option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
How do I, Dad? Here's something I do. I write a letter to my kids every month. Yep, I write a letter and send it to my own house. I'm pen pals with my own kids. I know it sounds silly, but they love it. I don't write anything crazy. Just tell them I love them, ask them questions, whatever. Normal stuff. But when it shows up in the mailbox, I'm super dad.
Write your kids letters or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Have you ever seen a $5,000 pet fish? You can this Friday through Sunday during the Central Florida Koi Show at the Avanti Palms Hotel on International Drive. Go to cfks.org for more information. It's crazy, like a dog show, but for fish.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, March 8th, 2024. to get to today. From a head in the freezer to a plane loses a tire in a mid-air accident and a missing woman found inside a shipping container. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, C-Lane.
Firing on all cylinders today.
Okay, perfect.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time, and this never, ever happens, friends.
What the hell happened, Sean?
We got a last-minute message.
What?
Let's see here. It's from that guy that yelled at President Biden last night. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody! Yeah! All right. We made it through a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You made it.
I will take
to
it.
the weekend. You still look like Google to me right now.
Sweet.
There you go. I think you're popping on the network here.
Sean,
and we got... Yeah.
It is a party up in this building right now.
Okay, I'm hearing some things.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a couple of things. We don't need to get into that right here necessarily, I don't think.
We don't, but I want you to know that we, C-Lane and I are going to have a very interesting day as we do this show.
At least I just figured out why. I mean, before I was just like left with questions, and I was like, oh, wait, there's that thing today.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we're being so vague, but, this is just like some of this stuff gotta be a little more. Yeah, it's a little more internal than external. All right, we have a lot to talk about on a Friday, and we want you to join us here on the show today. So to do that, send your dispatch, and we'll get to those soon. And we've got some extra stuff. Maybe if somebody has a really great dispatch today, we might be able to toss them some tickets or something. We got something for you. If you could step up the bar.
Today. I like that.
Maybe we'll see. I mean, it could really turn around quickly, but let's see. Let's start with that at least. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the Capitol, where President Biden was giving his State of the Union address.
Oh, boy.
And somebody started yelling at him. Now, of course, you can't just say, like, someone started yelling during the President's State of the Union. You have to post it like this. The tweet on Twitter says, or on X, says Biden gets absolutely, all caps, humiliated.
Whoa! Oh, who tweeted that out?
By savage hecklers screaming at him mid-speech while talking about low crime rates in America.
Come on, man.
Now, was the heckler talking about low crime rates or Biden?
No, the heckler had like somebody in their family, I think maybe even their child, that was in the military. And they were upset about this, and they ended up getting arrested afterwards.
Oh,
First,
really?
here's the incident.
All Americans deserve the freedom to be safe, and America is safer today than when I took office. The year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up.
Whoa.
The biggest increase in history.
So it's hard to make out what he's saying. You can see him here. They flashed to him in the crowd, just for a second. And he said
This is
something
like
about
someone who was voted into this position, right? Or is the public allowed into this?
Yeah, but whoever's there is a guest of somebody. So what happens is, like, one of the Congress people goes, oh, yeah, we got an angry parent here. We're going to let them get real upset and start screaming during old Biden's speech. They know what's going to happen, and they know that they're going to get arrested afterwards. For them, it's worth it to draw attention to their cause. That's how these things usually work. But, yeah, he's screaming about the military.
The biggest increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I might add, we made the largest investment in public safety ever.
There he goes. He continued on with his State of the Union speech after that interruption.
I had a hell of a yell, man.
It was a scream.
Couldn't understand one thing he was saying, but
I heard Marines. Marines.
Yeah, he was very upset about the Marines. He was, I believe it was his daughter that was a Marine, but I'm not positive on that. And the guy, just wanted his opinion to be heard. And There you go. There's a couple other moments where things kind of went a little bit sideways. I've got some of the greatest hits, if you will, from the speech last night, in case you guys didn't check this out when it was going down live.
I missed it. I saw very little of it even on the news this morning, but I did catch one of the Republicans saying that they were like, one of the critiques or criticisms of it was like, Biden seemed to be talking a mile a minute to try and prove to us that he's with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was talking faster.
Then I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene's outfit, which was interesting.
What was she wearing?
Head-to-toe MAGA gear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a great meme of Biden, like, walking down the aisle and, like, shaking hands, and then he goes, ah! And then it turns the camera, and it's Marjorie just head-to-toe, like, flare, red as can be, hands him a button for some reason. And then the rest is history, I guess.
That's a choice. Gunny on YouTube says the guy screaming lost his son due to Biden's incompetence. I believe it's in relation to the Afghanistan pullout and the reaction to that. But I'll take a look at that during the break. I just saw that he had a heckler during the State of the Union, which is not too abnormal. It happens from time to time. Biden was up there. They said it was a fiery State of the Union. As C-Lane said, people were mad because he wasn't Slow Joe. You know what I mean? He wasn't like, Sleepy Biden.
I took a quarter Adderall.
Sleepy Joe had woken up a little bit, and they're like, I don't like that. Don't kid yourself. He's still bobbling around, just doing it at a faster pace like he had a couple caramel macchiatos before. And he was going on about all the things. Let's see what he said. Let's get a couple highlights.
No, it may not look like it, but I've been around a while.
Bipartisan laughs.
To be my age, certain things become clearer than ever. If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not. Former Republican president tells Putin, quote, do whatever the hell you want. A former president actually said that, bowing down to a Russian leader. I think it's outrageous.
He got fact-checked on that.
It's dangerous and it's unacceptable. And with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power, electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about.
What?
The Alabama Supreme Court shut down IVF treatments across the state.
Oh, that is about IVF.
Unleashed by a Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade. Unless Congress acts, it could happen again. So tonight, let's stand up for families like hers. To my friends across the aisle, don't keep this waiting any longer.
All right.
Guarantee the right to AVF. We can
AVF.
fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it. Fix it.
He says he's ready to fix the border, but Republicans not super interested in that. They want the election to decide what comes next on the southern border, at least on that question.
The button, by the way, that Marjorie Taylor Greene gave to President Biden had the name of Laken Riley on it, who was murdered on a run at the University of Georgia by I think, an illegal immigrant. I think that.
Yeah, no, it was. And then there was an argument afterwards. I saw Nancy Pelosi, and I'm like, God, get with it, man. Afterwards, she was like, he should have called him an undocumented immigrant. If a dude is in this country illegally and he murders an American woman in cold blood,
we need to call him by the right thing. We need to be polite to this murderer.
An illegal murderer.
I don't care what his murderer is the word that I would call them. Like, I wouldn't even focus on the other side of it. But like the idea that a lot of these folks have, we're saying the word illegal, like somebody's in this country illegally. Well, there are borders, right? And every country on planet Earth has established borders, and it has a process for letting people in and out of those borders. Otherwise, you get chaos and danger that comes with it. So yes, there are such things as people who are in a country illegally. It's such a weird thing to dismiss that and be like, nah. And then you focus on this instead of, hey, like, this was a bad story. This was really bad. This person could have been arrested and deported many times, and they ended up killing this poor young girl. And I think Biden shouted her out at one point, but people said he called her Lincoln instead of her actual name.
Oh, is the font big enough? Come on.
But did Marjorie Taylor Greene actually like hand him the button?
Yeah.
He took the button?
I guess so, yeah.
Really? That's kind of surprising. Yeah, that's surprising to me. A lot of times they would be like, no, they think it's a trap, you know? I don't want the button. I'm not taking that.
They also said that this year more than ever, and I'm kind of surprised by this, although I feel like if I were there, I might do the same thing, but they were like, there were too many people taking selfies. There was a lot of selfies on the way in that was just, there's so many things that elongate the State of the Union, which is why it's so much better To just show up to work and let Sean play us the highlights than actually sitting down and watching that snooze fest.
Also, you know what I hate? I hate when these politicians, and I don't know of any in particular that have done this, but they do this every time. They'll go on television and they'll be like, Joe Biden is garbage, or they'll be like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the worst person in the world. Whoever, it doesn't matter whoever it is. They're running that person down. And they run them down like crazy, and they say they're dangerous, and they're X, and they're Y, and they're Z. And then they get to the State of the Union, and they're like, oh, hey.
How
and
are
they take
you, girl?
Yeah, they take like a picture with whoever the person is, and I'm like, you just said all kinds of terrible stuff about that person. You said they were like bad and dangerous and stuff. And no, you are now chit-chatting with them. Like, I want people to be friendly and have disagreements, but on the other hand, I don't get where you're just chummy and then in front of America you put on a completely different face. Those seem way different for me. Then I saw this afterwards. This is where I was telling you that on Fox they were like, oh, he sped up a little bit. He sped up. What do we do with Biden being faster?
First of all, let's get your reaction. I just compared Joe Biden on a regular basis, regular Joe, dated regular Joe, and we saw a very different Joe Biden tonight. Very angry, very jacked up, you might say. Maybe
jacked up.
Charitably over-caffeinated would be a way to put it.
Charitably over-caffeinated.
What?
Whoa.
That's a dance.
Also, if that seems like jacked up to you, I don't know if you've ever met a jacked up person. All right?
Give Joe a Celsius.
I have today.
And his head will explode.
Right. That's a lot. Yeah, this is not jacked up. It was just faster than old, Sleepy Joe was expected to do, I guess. But there we are. Let us know what you thought if you did indeed watch that last night. I'm interested to see what you have to say. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Do we have anything related to that, or can we get past it?
Let's move on.
I have a little something related to it, but I want to wait until a little bit later before we get to that. What we'll do now is we'll reset. We'll start firing off some of your dispatches as we launch into the weekend full force, and we'll talk about somebody's dog. All right? When we come back, somebody lost their dog for quite some time. And now there's a story that has a lot of people talking. And I want to bring this to you and see what everybody thinks. I want to get your thoughts on this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you unclog the toilet?
Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now.
But until then, just tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's a couple accidents to watch out for heading southbound on Florida's Turnpike. The off-ramp is partially blocked to Clay Whaley Road. Southbound at Hancock Road, the right shoulder is blocked as well. And on I-4, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching State Road 429. Around the perimeter of I-4, traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 in the Greenway. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our windows blend energy performance with hurricane protection. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down, and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose 2 faves and save big when I bundle a savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kids' day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is celebrating becoming the Funny Bone, formerly the Improv Comedy Club. The Funny Bone guarantees the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Guy Torry, who's made the leap to comedic actor on March 8th and 9th, followed by Simone on March 15th and 16th. Check out our calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. Math and Magic. Stories from the frontiers of marketing with Bob Pittman, Season 6. Join iHeartMedia Chairman and CEO as he analyzes the math and magic of marketing, sitting down with today's most gifted disruptors. Marketing School, digital marketing and online marketing tips. actionable digital marketing lessons learned through years of being in the trenches. Office Hours with Mike Stibe. Mike sits down with the world's most important chief executives to answer your most pressing questions about leadership, career, and life. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
And if you want to learn more about the show, just go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. We've got a ton to get into today, and we're going to get to a story about a dog in just a moment here. And it's, on this show. So obviously it's a very strange story about a dog.
Does a dog die? Because I don't watch movies in which dogs die.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you just yet. I know that it can affect all of us because I myself have a dog. Sabrina, of course, has her dog, Carl. C-Lane has his dog, Lexi. We all have dogs.
Carl just got a very fresh haircut.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I said, let's keep the hair on the ears, but want to do something fun like summer mohawk cut.
Yeah, he can do that.
It is goofy looking, and I'm obsessed with it.
Those of you who don't know, Sabrina's dog, Carl, is about the size of your hand. He's a little guy.
5 pounds, but the heart of a lion.
Oh, yeah. He thinks he could take on, like, pit bulls and stuff. He'll go for it. I've seen him when we were at C-Lane's house, and a big dog came up to the sliding glass door, and he's like, Rah!
He's like, let's go, son. Come on.
We'll get into that story in just a moment. Your first tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Bob emails. He says, and I enjoy the show, and I wanted to tell you this. I heard you talking today about TikTok. There are 2 books that cover this subject that are a good read, he says. Number 1, Blood Money by Peter Schweitzer, which has a chapter about TikTok. And number 2, Unrestricted Warfare by 2 Chinese generals explaining how social media is used as a weapon.
Sounds like a party.
Says Bob. Bob, here's the thing. I know how all this stuff works, generally speaking. And my problem with people who rage about TikTok is most of the oldos who rage about TikTok, you got to get rid of that TikTok. Most of the people who scream about that think that they need to throw their phone across the room like it's a hand grenade because the Chinese government is eavesdropping on their conversations. That's not the problem with TikTok. The problem with TikTok is the problem with every other social media outlet out there. And you know this if you start to think about it just a little bit, right?
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Very simply put, is algorithms. And the algorithms just force feed all sorts of content to people. And if it's political stuff, certainly those algorithms can sway a population or at least a portion of the people of that population over time. That's the problem. It's not like the Chinese government is going to spy on every single phone in the U.S. We have gatekeepers who are at least supposed to correct when that happens and make sure that we're not vulnerable to that. The Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, blah, blah, blah. And the problem, the threat from all social media is just that other countries with different interests will try to shape a narrative that causes division in our country. We got enough of that, though. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and nobody emails truthteller88@gmail.com, or nobody. It says, for years I've listened to you bash Russia for going into the Donbass region of Ukraine to protect the people of Donbass that were being terrorized by the Ukrainian government that were shelling them for 8 years. First of all, if you've listened to this show, you have not heard me bash anything to do with that for years. I rarely talk about any of this. This is not something that I rage about on the daily.
I feel like I'd be a lot more bored if we did that for
if I was like,
so long.
Donbass. I'm not even going to do it.
Sean's on that Donbass rant again.
Here he goes.
Again.
I will tell you that these situations you lay out in your email are not really comparable because he talks about Israel and Gaza in a second. But what's happening in Ukraine is Ukraine has borders. Those borders are recognized by almost every country on the face of the planet, including those countries in the United Nations and in NATO and various other outlets. And Those borders include a region that you want to call Donbass right now, and that area is something that the Russians have been trying to use to get a foothold in Ukraine forever. You probably, it seems from the way you're saying this, have a fundamental misunderstanding of how history works in this region, but that's okay. He says, might I remind you that the Russians are not committing genocide against the Ukrainians, but when actual genocide is happening in Gaza, you are silent. But I don't blame you, because if you talked about Israel, they would cancel your show. I'm always blown away by the things that folks like nobody here emailing think would get me fired or would get us in trouble in general, right? Like do you think the iHeart suits for all the things I yell at them for? I mean, I always am ranting about these people. I tell you how terrible they are, how bad their ideas are, how they're not good at radio. But they don't come into our studios and go, hey, don't you dare talk about Israel. Don't talk about the Jewish people. Like, you think
that's a no-go. We get like some weekly email and just like, you guys are doing great. Here are the ratings, and then highlighted in yellow. We're not mentioning the Jews or Israel.
Right? Don't talk about the Jews. No one has ever done that, ever. I've talked about stories where management at iHeartRadio has tried to steer me in a direction. I've openly talked about them. All right, there was one time when I was talking about a particular company that was in the news, and I was told, hey, you're freaking out everybody who works for that company. They think they're all going to lose their jobs because you're saying the company is toast. And I said, well, the company at the time was responsible for the deaths of like 3 or 4 people. So I'm fine with saying that. They said, stop talking about it, and I kept talking about it for several days. That's how I responded to that. So just to tackle that.
He was going to be done with it in like a day, but because the company said stop talking about it, he stretched it out a little bit longer.
This is what I do. I like my tiny little rages. You know, this is the machine that I rage against. Whether you think it's silly or not could be another thing, but this is what I do. So no, nobody has ever gone around and said, don't talk about this. Now, I would not talk at length about what's happening in Gaza, what's happening with Israel, the security situation that's been happening since even before the 1940s in that area. I won't talk about that extensively here because a lot of the audience is going to yawn, all right? They're not going to be interested in the back and forth where nobody changes anybody's mind. You happen to think that it's a genocide. I think arguing over whether this fits the definition of a genocide doesn't matter. It doesn't bring any solution to anybody involved in this. And you aren't going to solve this crisis. It's been going on for a very long time, and it will continue to go on, despite what you think your posts on Twitter are doing to this. Okay, now to the dog, all right? This is all I wanted to do all along was get to the dog story. This is out of Tampa, Florida, Tampa Bay. And the Humane Society of Tampa Bay is reporting that they reunited a dog with its owner. This dog is a cockapoo, which... what is that?
That is a Cocker Spaniel and a Poodle mixed together.
I'm sure I've seen one of those, right? Like, is it kind of golden doodle kind of thing? Or I'm sure I've seen a cockapoo.
They're very, very cute. I'll tell you
Are
that.
they big or little?
It depends. I mean, they could be smaller.
They're cute.
Cockapoo. Seems like a weird thing to Google, but these guys are fun. I like these little guys. All right, so I've seen these before. They look like a little party dog, and this was the dog in question in Tampa, Florida. And they said the dog was reunited with its owners 10 full years after the dog ran away from their home. This all thanks to a microchip. And here's what they said. The 14-year-old cockapoo showed up at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay as a stray, and they said they were hoping for a happy ending for her to be reunited with their owners. We did not foresee the joy that her story would bring. Her microchip led the team to a person named Louisa, who was in disbelief when we called because Cleo, as we learned was her name, had run away 10 full years ago. They never lost hope and continued to update her microchip in the small hope that they would be reunited, even after they moved to Miami. So these people were moving. Years and years and years were going by, and they were still updating that their address had changed in case somebody ever found their missing dog. That's a sweet move. That's a good dog owner right there.
Well, minus the losing of the dog.
Well, like dogs run away. It happens sometimes, and maybe it was their fault.
Yeah, but where was the dog for 10 years?
Had to be somewhere else, right? That's what my question was.
Somebody was taking care of that dog, adopted it, didn't think to get... I mean, I don't even know what vet you can take a dog to that wouldn't check for a chip.
Well, do you feel bad for the middle people then? Because if this woman had a dog for 4 years, dog runs away, somebody else had a dog for 10 years until the dog was 14 years old. And those people clearly have lost their dog, right?
But those people should have done their due diligence when they got that dog. Mm-hmm. If you find a dog, I mean, unless by some stretch of, of incompetence, mm-hmm. they were able to adopt that dog from somewhere that didn't do their due diligence, then, I mean, they should have had it checked.
Yeah, you're right. If they just found the dog, isn't thing number one to go get the dog checked for a chip? That's the first thing.
When I adopted Lexi, we didn't have her checked for a chip because we adopted her from from a reasonable and reputable adoption agency. But if we had just found her on the side of the road, I think the first thing we would think is, let's take her to a vet and scan her for a microchip.
Right. Yeah, I think that's easily part of the process, or should be at least.
In fact, it's not possible now because I think the technology is not in our phones, but I wouldn't be surprised, or I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't already happened to where we could scan dogs ourselves.
Right.
Like
do it
an
at
app,
home.
because it's the technology is similar to different things we're already doing with our phones.
We need that if we don't have it just yet, and I don't think we do. That would be great if everybody on their cell phone could scan the dog. How crazy is that to think about? Just give the dog a little scan and you beat the dog.
Self-checkout style.
Like you're at the grocery store and you're buying a dog, and you say, okay, here's the information on this animal. That would be super helpful.
Do you think that there would be any blowback? Because I could think of a situation in where that could be an annoying opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, say you see a hot girl in a park with a dog. You want to get them digits.
Just take the dog.
No. You just wave the phone. Oh, what a cute dog. And you're petting it, and all of a sudden you've scanned it, and now you have her information.
Look, you open it up for creeper territory. Now it might not be a good idea. Now that I think about it.
You got to think about these things, man.
That's true. Okay, this person says, although I'm happy she was reunited with her original owners, I also wonder if she was with another family for those 10 years. She must miss any other family she's lived with, and they must miss her. Then again, they never took her to see if she had a chip, so there's a lot of things and emotions at play, but I hope she lives out the rest of her years very happy, healthy, and safe, that person says. I wonder if, and this is my question to you, all right? Send a dispatch if you have a thought on this. If your dog, right now, no matter what dog it is, everybody's dog's on the show, Sabrina's dog, Celia's dog, if your dog disappeared right now, and knock on wood, I don't want that to happen, your dog disappears right now, 10 years go by, you think your dog still recognizes you?
Yes.
You think Carl would still be like, boom?
1,000%.
I know who that is right there.
Without
I can't think of any other scenario without crying.
Okay, you ever seen Christian the Lion?
Quick break. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Well, take that break to do some crying, because Christian the Lion is the most adorable, sad thing you've ever seen in your life.
What do you think? Let us know. Would your dog recognize you after a decade? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we'll get to those. Plus, a head in a freezer, a guy who was just on Joe Rogan's podcast, and they're like, criminals can be rehabilitated. This guy's proof of it. He's a really cool guy. And he's an ex-con. Oh, by the way, he just got arrested with a head in the freezer of his house. And there's video of him after, I think it might have been after this Joe Rogan interview. He's got a big, plastic container that he's dragging through the hallway of his building where he lives. And this 48-year-old youth counselor for a group called the Queen's Defenders, who spent 25 years in prison.
The Queen's head?
I don't know whose head it is, but it's somebody's head. And he's rolling it through the hallways. And they said he was just introduced on the Joe Rogan Experience in February by his friend, Pearl Mutter Center for Legal Justice, Executive Director Josh Dubin. And they said, he's a marvelous human being. He is proof that people have been wronged by the system and that, you know what, they can be rehabilitated. Which, by the way, I do believe there's paths to rehabilitation for criminals. I don't think that's not the case, but man, that sucks that one of the spokespeople for this ends up in the news after being in this big appearance with a head in their freezer. What's going on with this? We're going to dive into all the details and get to you and your dispatches and a whole lot more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends.
Rocks. You don't have to put on the red light. This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for Central Florida on this Friday. And today is going to be a warm day. We'll stay mostly dry as well. Plan for an afternoon high of 84 degrees in Orlando. About a 20% chance of a stray shower or two can't be rolled out throughout the afternoon. As we head into your Saturday, even hotter temperatures arrive, a high of 88 degrees, some of the hottest temperatures we've seen so far of 2024. A cold front arrives tomorrow night, bringing with it increasing rain chances.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Folks, Leon Mills started a business over 30 years ago. 30 years ago. 32 years, in fact. And he decided he was going to do something different. He said, I just want to help people out. You know, that's all I want to do. I want to help people out, and I think that maybe we can make that into a working business model over time. That company became Mills Air, and Leon Mills helps out so many people just like you every single day. And he's ready to help out more right by the phone and ready to go at 407-277-1159 is the greatest staff in all of Central Florida to set you up with things like preventative maintenance, which can save you big time money and detect an upcoming breakdown with your air conditioner. This is a smart idea. If you haven't cleaned out the lines in your AC, if you don't know how to do any of the upkeep, do this. Reach out for the preventative maintenance. They've been in business since 1992, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you big rebates for a brand new Carrier unit that will save you on your power bill. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. Find them online at millsair.com.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like The Vinyl Experience. Just search Vinyl Experience and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Bonus savings on top brands and better sleep are all the buzz at Mattress Firm's Friends and Family sale. Hurry in to save up to $700 with your extra discount. You'll even get a free adjustable base on select beds. Plus, if you see a lower price, Mattress Firm will match it. Restrictions apply.
Find your new career. The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 13th at the Orlando Science Center. More info at fljobsnow.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is the
Well, you may love me, you may hate me, you may scream at the radio from time to time, but I can guarantee you one thing, all right? One thing that you can hold true and take this to the bank. I don't have any body parts in my freezer right now. Zero. No human remains of any sort.
Oh, human body parts.
Yeah. No,
I have body
actually,
parts in my freezer.
Oh, man. Why'd you make me think about it that way?
I have chicken body parts,
no,
cow
human
body parts.
I have zero human body parts in either my freezer or my refrigerator or anywhere in my house for that matter.
Okay, but given the opportunity, you would.
Okay,
Let's be
that's
honest
very,
here.
very different. New listeners are going to be confused by this.
Explain.
I would never harm another person unless I had to. All right, unless I was forced to defend myself and just absolutely annihilate whichever one of you losers try to take me on. Okay, numero uno.
Got him.
Number two, if I was at, let's say, like a state fair or something, and they said, we've got a booth over here and we're doing samples of human meat, I'd be like, I'm trying a little bite of that. I'll give that a shot. I'll test that out. But I don't have any dead people in my freezer or refrigerator. Okay, I can say that flat out with confidence. However, a recent guest on the Joe Rogan show cannot necessarily say that right now.
Oh, God. What I would give for a guest. Imagine that we here in the studio, there's like certain protocols.
Mm-hmm.
We got them signed in. We walk them over. Turns out this person brought a body part with them the entire time.
With them? Oh, don't put that out there. We got some weirdos.
Yeah, but they can't get through here without our, green light. We did have that one show and tell thing where the guy brought the
foreskin or something. Yeah.
I was going to dance around it, but there we go.
Yeah, very unnecessary, but that's how our live shows do tend to go. A criminal justice reform activist.
A lot of foreskin at those shows, yeah.
Well, people bring weird things, was my point. I didn't know I need to be more clear about that. People bring weird things to our live events. Sometimes that. Sometimes they bring that. A criminal justice reform activist was arrested this week just a month after he appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience after a severed head was found in an apartment freezer at his place, which I'm sure he said, I can explain, because that's what you always say. Sheldon Johnson, a 48-year-old youth counselor.
Oh, for a youth head?
This guy's like a head of this Queens Defenders organization. He spent 25 years in prison for attempted murder and robbery. He was introduced on the Joe Rogan Experience by his friend Josh Dubin as a marvelous human being who was wronged by the system. And I've told you this before. Whenever somebody is trotted out in front of the media, all right? And some of you, this is going to make you bristle. You're going to hate me for saying it. That's fine. But whenever somebody is brought out before the media and they say this person was a innocent human being, a marvelous human being who was wronged by the justice system, myself personally, almost every single time, not every time, but almost every single time that has been presented to me, and I've done the investigation myself, some examples being the Central Park Five, some examples being Stephen Avery, Some examples being various different cases that I've seen over the years where somebody goes, no. I assure you, I'm absolutely innocent of the crimes that they suggested I committed. Almost always, it's not true. Okay, there's like something happened. There's some like a decent amount of evidence that pins them to this crime. A lot of times, they even confess to the crime, and then afterwards they go, "No, I was railroaded. No, I was wrong. No, it was a travesty of justice. The system did me in." So be skeptical whenever you hear that. Even these Innocence Project people, all these folks, be skeptical every single time you hear this stuff. But I'm sure there's some people who fall through the cracks. Sheldon Johnson doesn't seem like one of them, albeit because the head in his freezer has done him in.
Oh, headsicle.
As a head tends to do when it's in the freezer.
It does. Yeah, it's tough.
Is that
it's not an easy thing.
The people that put heads in freezers, is that like a separate freezer? Have you taken all the things out? Like, I just went through my freezer, did not have a head in it, but I do have some like chicken patties.
Well, I mean,
do I take those out and now put that separately, or are you looking at a couple drumsticks?
They say just to be safe, once you remove the head from the freezer, dump out the first 2 batches of ice before you start actually putting it in your drinks.
That's a smart move, C-Lane.
A lot of people, I think, will put them in those big, like, deep freezers that might be in your garage.
The
It's
turkey
like,
legs.
yeah, you got it in there with the stuff that you're almost never going to be taking out. Let me see if I can find the footage that showed him, because there was this clip that showed him, like, dragging this big bin through the hall. Oh, here it is. This is a photo. All right. He's dragging this big, like, rubber bin into his place, and they're suggesting that this is where those body parts were, and Sheldon Johnson was, getting them inside via this thing. So there he is from the Joe Rogan show to perhaps go back to prison because
roll.
He's in a little bit of trouble for this, as you would imagine. You're not allowed to do it. Okay, we want to get to you. Your dispatches are all queued up and ready to go. That's how you join us on this show. Jump in front of the audience. It's a big audience, friends, and it's yours as well with your thoughts. If you disagree, if you agree, if you got something to add, go do it over at thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Question: if you're Joe Rogan right now, or put yourself in the hypothetical that we had this guy on.
Yeah.
Are you excited to hear this news? Are you terrified to hear
this
this
for
news?
our numbers. Everyone's going to go to that podcast and want to hear the guy who had a head in his freezer.
It's going to happen. Yeah. You're going to get like the freezer head pop. You're going to get some action afterwards.
We had someone like that earlier this week on our podcast. Be sure to listen to it. Free iHeartRadio.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you who, though. Just one mystery person in the mix.
It was definitely not Fritz.
Somebody
Wednesday's
said,
podcast.
Okay, whose head is it? Says Sunshine State John. The victim, identified as 44-year-old Colin Small, spent time in the same prison as Johnson and may have had a beef with him, according to the New York Post.
Oh, well, I know who won that beef.
Small was reportedly heard by neighbors pleading for his life on Tuesday evening before several gunshots rang out.
And then
security footage. Yeah, following the incident, Johnson could be seen carrying cleaning supplies in a blue bin to the apartment where Small's remains were eventually found before leaving in a blonde wig.
Did they find the rest of Small?
It doesn't say in the story that I'm looking at
Just
here.
walking around the neighborhood, looking for his head, hands on the ground.
They'll unite them back, I'm sure, at some point. Question for the two of you, Sabrina and C-Lane.
Answer.
Those of you in chat and dispatchers. When was the last time, if ever, you purchased something at Goodwill?
Ooh, it's been a minute. It really has. I've donated.
Have before.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And that was my go-to in high school and college.
Yeah.
Like find cool shirts.
I thought you were going to say something.
Go ahead. What did you think I was going to say, C-Lane?
I can't say it. I thought you were going Wild West here, and I find cool.
Oh, cool S. Yeah. Oh, he thought you were just going to drop a random
gosh. That'd be
S-bomb.
crazy of me.
Just not everybody
And
here.
now that's the word that I'm repeating in my head over and over again.
Don't say it, please.
But yeah, you could find like cool costumes, kind of, it depends on what Goodwill you're going to because it's a lot of crust that you have to go through. I donate quite often. I'm waiting to see someone in town with some of the items that I've donated, but I guess it's not all that popular.
Well, no, it's got to be out there somewhere. But you never know if the stuff from Goodwill, because Goodwill sells all the stuff that you give to them, right?
Correct.
And then what happens with that money? Is it supposed to go to homeless people?
No,
I
I think the money, a lot of it goes to maintaining the store and stuff, right?
Oh,
well,
that
what's the
worked out
charity? What are we doing? What's the nice stuff that we're doing when we give to Goodwill?
Great question.
Look that up on their website. See, there's a charity tie-in. Otherwise, my God, this is worse than the blood donation industry.
Goodwill is the charity. They're a nonprofit organization that provides job training, employment placement services, and other community-based programs for people who face barriers in employment.
Okay, so they hire the people. The people they hire work at those Goodwills, and that's the good that they're doing by hiring the ex-cons or whatever.
Hence Goodwill.
Okay, that's good. That's fine. I didn't know exactly what they were up to. We used to go to a place called Faith Farm, which is very much the same. Goodwill can have steals. Like Sabrina says, you gotta sort through all the crap to find the really, really good stuff.
I don't think I've bought anything at Goodwill since maybe high school or earlier. But my wife definitely has been recently. Her and her friend went like thrift shopping.
Yeah,
and she found some baby Nikes, which are actually pretty expensive if you try to buy them from Nike.com. They're like the same price as adult shoes, which is infuriating. But $60 for baby Nikes. Yeah.
And it's because you'll pay it. You'll pay it because you look at them and you go, those are so adorable. And like Converse will be this big, the size of like a little tiny, like a Halloween candy bar.
We got at the shower. You guys were there. You probably might have seen the like they were ripoffs, but they were little baby Converse. Friggin' adorable.
So cute.
They are
Did he
cute.
grow out of them yet?
I don't know if we put him on him yet.
Okay.
No.
Thank you so much for your gift, whoever's listening.
Strike while the iron is hot, friend. But anyways, I bring up Goodwill because there's various stories about it this week. And people say that Goodwill, at least some locations, have taken to hiring people to sort through all their stuff to find out when there's something really valuable, like Prada clothes or Louis Vuitton bags or what are the red bottom shoes we talked about? Louboutins?
Louboutins, yeah.
All these very expensive things. Because
people have actually donated Louboutins or Prada.
Oh, yeah.
Goodwill?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Super rich
wild.
people go, I don't want that anymore. That's last year's styles, and they just toss it out.
Or
and then
if maybe like you as a younger person living with parents are into expensive things, but the parents don't realize, and they're like, yeah, we just gave a bunch of your stuff to Goodwill. They're your Prada bags. And you're like, what?
Yeah, see, I would be pissed off about that. But here's the thing. You used to be able to go in there and you found the Prada stuff and nobody was the wiser, so you got the good deal. But now they're trying to block you from doing that.
I've told you before about my friend who is a huge sneaker file. Like, this dude collected them. He's a DJ. And he has like more pairs of sneakers than many women have shoes. And he was always on the lookout for stuff like this, for these little deals, right? And he went into a Plato's Closet. Which,
I've heard of that.
Which I believe is for profit. It's not as charitable as Goodwill, if you think about it. But like, they're still reselling stuff that's been donated.
Oh my God! But what they pay you is nothing.
No, it's not usually great. It's like less than if you go to the damn pawn shop
and
or
you go
something.
to buy it, and it's like, wait a second, I just sold you these True Religions for $11, and now you're reselling them for $45.
Well, he went into Plato's Closet and found like an early pair of Jordans. Mind you, they had been worn, so they're not worth as much as they would have been. But the place had no idea how valuable they were, and so he picked them up for like $10, $20.
That's the beautiful thing. That's why it rocks. But now they're trying to kind of prevent that. Willie says Goodwill has been ruined by resellers. You can see videos of lines outside the doors waiting for them to open so resellers can get all the good stuff. Radio Michael 7 says, that sucks. I already noticed Goodwill getting prouder of their prices as it is. It's a fun place, and it's a great place for people who don't have as much money to find those really cool things. But now they're like, hey, we're not going to be dumb. We want the money too.
That's why you go to mom and pop thrift stores.
Or when somebody's doing like a yard sale.
Because estate sale. Tell me about that. Dead people stuff is where it's at.
Yep, you can definitely get some deals that way.
We went to Savers in high school.
Savers? No, what's that?
It was like it was a secondhand thrift store.
Here's Green Panda talking about Goodwill.
Hey guys, just chiming in on the Goodwill thing. I know in Orlando they have it's called like a bins, Goodwill bins, and it seems like they ship everything down there, and then you could buy the clothes per pound. So I've been there, not very proudly, but I've seen people from other countries like stacking up clothes to send it back to their country, like suitcases and suitcases and suitcases.
Good.
So that's my 2 cents. Have a great weekend, guys. Love you. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
By the way, that's awesome. It's recycling. It's saving stuff. It's not just letting things go to the landfill. That's good. I just want people to be able to find some treasures and turn a profit. That's cool to me. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, President Biden is not great at telling people secrets.
Oh, no.
This one was on a hot mic, and he's like, hey, look. You guys, don't tell anybody about this, but microphone picks up on this. I'll play it for you next. What did he say? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Doing a quick checkup on some of the major roadways. Slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike due to that accident approaching Hancock Road. On I-4, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. And authorities are working on an accident on State Road 436 heading eastbound approaching Colonial Drive. The right lane is blocked. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now job fair, Wednesday, March 13th, from noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida. Some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now job fair on Wednesday, March 13th, from noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center. 777 East Princeton Street, Orlando, Florida, 32803. That's from noon to 4 p.m. More information at fljobsnow.com.
The 11th annual Touch a Truck presented by Johnson's Wrecker Service will rumble onto Knights Plaza at Addition Financial Arena Saturday, March 9th from noon to 3, and it's free. Kids can learn about their favorite vehicles, including emergency response vehicles, construction trucks, and more. Visit AdditionFiArena.com for info.
Let's talk real risks and real safety for a sec. Right now, banks are juggling debts under the radar. Commercial properties, cars, credit cards they're owed on. It's a bit much, right? Makes you think about the big '08 crash. But there's a smoother way to handle your finances. I've turned to gold and silver. Traditional? Sure. Reliable? Absolutely. Not just shiny objects. Some stability in these uncertain times. Interested in exploring this path? Noble Gold Investments can guide you. They know their stuff about precious metals for IRAs and 401ks. And here's a little nudge. A 1/4-ounce gold standard coin free with a qualifying account only this month. Invest with the folks at Noble Gold Investments. Claim your free gold coin and secure your family's financial future. Just use the promo code GOLD. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Enjoying the News Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
How do I, Dad? Here's something I do. I write a letter to my kids every month. Yep, I write a letter and send it to my own house. I'm pen pals with my own kids. I know it sounds silly, but they love it. I don't write anything crazy. Just tell them I love them, ask them questions, whatever. Normal stuff. But when it shows up in the mailbox, I'm super dad.
Write your kids letters or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Sunnyside Electric.
Oh, hi. I'm worried about my electrical panel.
For static electricity problems involving your cat, press 1.
No, my electric panel.
For all other inquiries, press 2.
Don't even have a cat.
Fine. What's your problem then?
My electric panel, it's making sort of a humming noise.
Impossible. If your panel is working normally, it should be silent.
I know. That's why...
Have you tried using those noise-cancelling headphones?
What?
Then you won't hear the humming.
How does that help?
It'll get you off my back.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
No, but I'm calling them now.
When you have an electrical problem, you need help now. A helpful operator to guide you, qualified electricians to diagnose and repair your electric panel and keep it safe and functional. That's the Frank Gay way.
Wish I'd called Frank Gay in the first place.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm wearing my noise-cancelling headphones.
FrankGayServices.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
And we're going to get to some of your dispatches in just a moment here. Plus, Biden is literally the worst secret teller and the worst secret keeper. He's a good secret teller, actually, now that I think about it. He's just bad at keeping them. And he's really, really bad when there's a bunch of microphones around. I've got a hot mic moment that they're pinning on him. I'm always skeptical about those, too, because I'm like, does the guy not know? It's the State of the Union. There's cameras everywhere. Does he not know this is going to be recorded? Maybe he does. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. But I'll tell you, I am an animal these days, folks. An absolute animal. You know, if you were listening to the show this week, that I got my first blood work in a very long time back. And
it was green, which is wild.
My blood was not green. This is regular blood color. The lady was like, first of all, she goes, yeah, your veins suck. I was like, it's a weird thing to insult. I'm sorry. I was like, what can I do? What can I do to make it better?
Crappy veins, guy.
You drink water, though, right?
I drink a lot of water, but it was very early in the morning when I had to go to the appointment, so maybe I didn't have enough before that. They always tell me my veins suck.
They say that sometimes when like a death row inmate is trying to make it hard to lethally inject, they'll dehydrate themselves to make their veins like shrivel up. But I don't see you as being dehydrated. You drink more water than I do.
I try to do my best.
Drinking water.
God. In the morning, I don't, though. So maybe that was it. Maybe that was the problem. And so she goes, your veins suck. But she got the blood out. And then the doctor replied with his message today. And he's like, we're doing good. The triglycerides are way down. Your triglycerides were like 700, 800, 900. Now they're down to 220. So you're doing good. Keep making progress. And I'm like, awesome. And he goes, but I want to make note. He said, your vitamin B12 is low. And that can cause all kinds of problems. I'm like, I'm having those problems. I do feel lethargic. I do have brain fog. I'm doing this show through the thickest of fogs in my brain, folks. Still able to fight through. Barely. And I said, I do have that issue. So I go, all right. So I need to get more vitamin B12 in my system. First, I did the investigation. And you find out, usually they're screwing with you a little bit. Like the pharmaceutical industry or the vitamin people. And they'll sell you a vitamin pill. And it's so much of a percentage that you're just going to pee it all out.
Of course.
This is too much for your body.
But when you're reading it and taking it, there's I feel like a little placebo effect of well, I'm getting all this in. I'm a healthy gal.
Yeah, 6,800 milligrams of fish oil. That's right. Suck it, cholesterol.
And you stink around all your friends.
They tell you that you can only absorb like a tiny fraction of that. So all right, I'm learning all this stuff. And I said, I can get like 2.5 micrograms of this vitamin B12, boom, right in my system, and I'm good to go. But then I didn't know where to get it from because I haven't gotten the medication or the vitamins that I ordered yet. And so I was looking around the house, and I was trying to find something with some B12 in it. And the only thing I found was a glass of milk. So before the show, I slammed the gigantic glass of milk just to get it in my system. And immediately afterwards, I found this other thing that would have been like, I just had to take a little tiny sip of it. So I wouldn't have needed to start the show with a massive ass glass of milk for no reason. But I'm like an animal,
what do you mean,
man.
No reason. Milk is delicious. I would do it for not the B12.
I know it is good, but I just, wonder if I need to slam that before a radio show. If it's medically necessary.
Slam it.
No, I've already done it. I've done it now. But I'm like a weirdo just searching through the cabinets trying to find the thing that the doctor has said I'm in need of here. All part of the process, I assure you. Okay, over to Joe Biden. President Biden, after the State of the Union, he's doing his thing where he goes around and talks to everybody. One of the things he did was he talked to Jerry Nadler, a Democrat from New York. And Jerry Nadler was like, they're not going to say you're impaired now, huh? You were fired up there, Joe. Your State of the Union is going to make them stop saying that your brain is gone, which, no, it's not. That's going to still be a thing. But they're like, who's cognitively impaired now, Joe? There's a form of that's in a Ricky Bobby movie, but this is a little bit more PC. And here's the back and forth between those two. Let's see how much we can hear.
You are on fire. You are on fire.
Nobody's going to talk about cognitive impairment now.
Yeah. You are on fire.
I kind of wish sometimes there was cognitive impairment.
He said, I kind of wish sometimes I was cognitively impaired, says the president. And you could hear what's going on, right? Like, so all these microphones are everywhere. They're picking up things. So when they call this a hot mic, where Biden is talking about the leadership of Israel and what's going on in Gaza, and Biden says to one of these elected officials, I told him, Bibi, that's Benjamin Netanyahu, that's his nickname is Bibi. Biden on the hot mic says, I told him, Bibi, and don't repeat this, don't tell anybody this, but you and I are going to have a come to Jesus meeting. And he said this to this other politician. There's like 0% chance he doesn't know this is going to be picked up on a microphone. Or he's really dumb. I mean, or he's really far gone.
He can't hear anything.
This is the State of the Union. There's microphones everywhere. So I don't know if I buy the hot mic thing. I think he wanted to get this out there. I think he wanted this to be floated around.
Don't worry, this is one of the big guys.
This is one of the good guys.
I was telling your secretary, I was in Jordan. And,
that might sound great.
Oh, my God. Well, they're not close enough yet. This is the other guy talking.
You got to keep pushing what you're doing on the humanitarian stuff. And all.
He's talking about you got to keep pushing on Israel with the humanitarian stuff, blah, 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 blah.
So, I told him
told BB.
Sir, just.
Oh, there is somebody. I don't know if that was an aide or somebody put his hand on his back. He's like, sir. So
you know everyone can hear you, and it's going to go viral.
I think he knew. I think he's fully aware that there's microphones everywhere, and he knew what he was saying. And it's sort of like a soft diplomacy that they do where you didn't have to say it, but it still got out there. And he could calm down the progressive wing of his party, which does not like him right now because of all the stuff with Israel and Gaza. I think he knew what was going on. Let us know what you think. And speaking of Israel and Gaza, my God, can't get any wins over there for anybody. I'll give you an example of something that's going on before we move on to your comments with your dispatches. So the people of Gaza, I think no matter where you're coming from, if you're a person of history that says Israel deserves a right to defend themselves and Israel has a right to this territory and there needs to be a two-state solution, I hope that most people would agree with that so we can get some lasting peace here, blah, blah, blah. But almost everybody agrees that the people who live in Gaza get screwed over. They get screwed over by Israel with all the bombing campaigns, and they get screwed over by Hamas. Hamas doesn't care about them. The leadership of Hamas, these people are incredibly wealthy, and they live in relative safely in Yemen and some other countries. But they're starving, a bunch of these folks in Gaza. So the U.S. and some other countries were like, we're going to do some airdrops. It's hard to get stuff in there. We're going to do some airdrops where we fly over and we drop out a whole bunch of stuff, some supplies to help out these people, give them something to eat in Gaza. And now this is according to the Hamas officials, so you never know what's true and what's false. It could be nonsense. But they're saying now that there was a relief supply flyover and perhaps a U.S. plane, perhaps not. They dropped the back of the plane and all of these just huge, what are they, like pallets, I guess, of like relief aid. They drop out of the back of the plane, and then a parachute opens, and they parachute down to the people below who are hungry and who need them. But they're suggesting that on some of them, a parachute didn't open, and 5 people died and 10 people were wounded by
they got
the relief.
Squished by relief pallets?
That's what they're suggesting, at least. And when I see it, I go, God.
Horrible.
Can these people find a break?
Kind of a harsh relief, but...
yeah. I mean, Jesus.
Quick, my God. And
they're not suffering anymore, Sean.
And how awkward that you still have to go open the pallet and get the water and food you might need.
Yeah, it's, and I go, this is just an absolute mess. Like, that's how messy all of that is. All right, let's go to you. And we'll just do one dispatch real quick. Here's I'm Not a Hippie. It says, good news, bad news.
All right, guys. Bad news is that I'm going to miss Just Okay 8 this year.
What the hell,
I know.
man?
I've gone to the last 6, so I know I'm going to be missing a great time. But the good news is that my wife and I were going out of town, visiting a couple friends. Mm-hmm. They just had their first kid. So it'll be good to get away for a little bit, hang out for the weekend. And plus, I'll be doing some networking out there for my new book that's coming out in a couple months. So, yeah.
Nice.
Saturday night, I'll be in the chat with everybody, pouring a drink up. So if you see me in the chat, say, hey, hippie out.
Well, cool. Have fun, man. Appreciate you. We'll see you.
On the book, bud.
We'll see you next year at Just Okay 9 question mark. Ooh.
We'll settle for since you're not attending. We'll settle for a mention in the special thanks to portion of the book.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
dedicated to.
Yeah, like anywhere, just the front, back. As long as we're in a book, it'd be cool, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
We'll send you some pictures of us, like with our hands crossed, and you could use that for the back of the book as if we're the authors.
Yeah, you might need that. We'll give you a little testimonial style thing. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into more of your comments. Plus, a missing woman was found because she was banging from the inside of a shipping container she was trapped
was going in a
in.
different direction.
Hey.
She was banging on the shipping container, all right? What was going on?
Oh, yeah?
Why was she in there? We're going to find out because that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents in the area. Travel with caution. State Road 436 at Colonial Drive. The right lane is blocked. There's still a bit of delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound at Hancock Road due to that accident off to the shoulder. On I-4 westbound off-ramp to Florida's Turnpike, it's partially blocked due to an accident there. Travel with caution. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Did you know that Mortgage Guy Don does a live radio show every Saturday? That's right. Each week on Saturday mornings, he answers your questions live on the air on 104.1 and simulcast on 96.9. That Mortgage Guy Don is a true part of the Real Radio family, and that means he takes care of your family. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. At New South Window, we bring the factory to you. Our windows and doors are made with quality in mind, and your products and installation are backed by our lifetime warranty. That's because New South Window knows the importance of single source accountability. We believe in removing the middleman so you get more for your money. This is real factory direct. One company, one call, guaranteed for life. Get New South proud.
For a limited time only, when you buy more, you can save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Chef Justin Timnery, Florida's culinary ambassador. If you've enjoyed preparing fresh from Florida recipes, then you're going to love the Fresh from Florida Club. As a member, you'll be able to search and save delicious recipes, create custom menus, and ask me your cooking questions. Each month, you'll also get a list of what's in season, so you can make your family the freshest meals possible. It's free and easy to sign up. And best of all, you'll be supporting Florida's farmers, ranchers, and fishermen. Join the club at freshfromflorida.com today.
Daytona Bike Week is back March 1st through the 10th, and there's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus free test rides on Progressive Demo Road and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Alley. It all culminates Saturday, March 9th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Don't miss out. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Paid for by government.com. Here's your chance to get 5 iconic United States silver dollars spanning the last 150 years in one amazing set. Experts agree this is a must-have for silver coin buyers. That's right, all 5 silver dollars are legal tender official United States mint coins. If you call 1-800-386-7194 right now, we'll send you this ultimate 5-piece American silver dollar set with each silver coin in extremely fine or brilliant uncirculated condition. Guaranteed. This set includes every type of U.S. silver dollars in American history, issued from 1878 to 2024. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 150 years of U.S. silver dollars 5-piece set. Plus, receive a bonus display case, an information booklet, and free shipping. Don't miss your chance. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 5-piece set of iconic U.S. silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-386-7194.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Love podcasts? Pull out your phone right now. Open the free iHeartRadio app and check out these podcasts. History on Trial.
Only 30 minutes to put her body in the wow.
Dateline NBC.
The first big clue in the mystery.
Mission Implausible.
The means to keep down what was then called the Third World.
Listen today on the iHeartRadio app. More than just the best radio, it's your favorite podcasts too. And best of all, it's absolutely free. iHeartRadio.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
But it's a true story, which is so often the case on this show. But first things first, how about a second for those of you who are watching the show? And you can always do that, by the way. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and you can, at thenewsjunkie.com/live, in fact, when we're live doing the show, you can watch us on YouTube and Twitch. And Sabrina's got a brand new microphone over there. Look at that.
I mean,
I was the only black microphone, and now
I made it.
Look at that.
Sucks
Finally.
for you. It's so crispy. Mine's newer than Sea Lane's.
For those of you who don't understand why this is a big deal, those microphones at iHeart HQ, if you look into them, it's like looking into a sewer pit. It's you
or
could
a time
literally
capsule of people's
of
spittle.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's oh man.
Yeah.
And that was nice.
They're not nearly as bad as they were before all the studio rebuilds.
Look at the one she's got now, brand spanking new. Did Kent Terry drop that off as he was making his whirlwind tour around the building?
No.
Our engineer?
That did not happen.
Party
He
engineer, huh?
scared the crap out of me, but he burst in. I don't even know if anyone caught it on the stream, but he's like, I don't care if you're on air. What's up? And I'm like, what? You sweet man. Hey, listen, there are a lot of things when it comes to our 10 plus years that we would not have been able to do or had emergencies that Kent Terry came to save the day.
100%. Yeah,
I
guess
that man.
What's happening right now, for those of you who don't know, which is obviously everybody, and we talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the show, is one of our big bosses is, I guess, retiring today, which is, of course, done during this show. That's
we never get to go to parties. Steelers gone already.
Strategy. I tried to just pop by the party for a second during the break to get some food, just to get some munchies.
Did you wish them a happy retirement at least?
I did. Somebody came by and they were doing like a video and they're like, say something. I was like, all right.
Great. Not even in the video.
And I also made some FaceTime, but really I just wanted to get the food, and then I ended up getting, like my ear talked off for just a little bit.
Yeah,
and I was
because you guys are still in good with all these folks, and you guys should stay that way. By the way, like you should make sure you're still in their good graces.
You were asked about by a coworker.
Where's Sean? When is he coming back?
No,
Why
said,
is he over there?
He said, Sean's never coming back, is he?
How about there apparently was a game, and I don't know if it was at the party or some sort of sales thing that they all did together, but they had to listen to a clip and then guess the personality attached to it.
Oh, no way.
They heard a clip of me, and the woman says, I didn't know your name, but I said, that's the girl with the cats.
Damn it. You put it on one bio.
And I'm like, I do have cats, but I've also been here for almost 11 years. A lot of other things I've accomplished for the company, but thank you. Yes, I have cats.
This is a good way to catch people up with the show if you're new, okay? All this stuff goes kind of way back. And we were talking about an engineer who helps us with the show, Kent Terry, who's not here all the time. He's apparently in a full-on party mode today, so that's cool. But Sabrina, when we first started the show, way back when, she decided that when she was doing her bio, she would just be fun about it. And she's like, I love cats. I have a bunch of cats, which she does.
I have 2 cats. Everyone relax.
Well, yeah, I have 2 cats, and
you didn't even have 2 cats at the time. You just had Luna.
Oh, that's right. I just had
But
Luna.
it said cat lady. Like, it said something about cat lady and clam chowder connoisseur.
Okay, that wasn't the bio. That was my Twitter bio. And instead of asking questions about me, they went to my social media.
Yes.
And I got, bit in the ass because when it came to my bio they put together, it was cat lady and clam chowder connoisseur. So
let me tell you something. C-Lane and I have known Sabrina for over a decade now. I've had 0 conversations with her about clam chowder.
I've never seen you eat it.
0 interest in clam chowder.
I do love clam chowder, but it's like, it was my own. I don't know. It was something funny to put on a bio.
Of course. But every person from management or like sales will be like, so I hear you like clam chowder.
Tell us more about it. Sorry. We're having a hard time finding you endorsements because there's no clam chowder, people.
And then one time, and I'm sad to say this was not that long ago.
That was sad.
Sabrina put on my pamphlet.
Because hold on, she asked you what you wanted on there, and you're like, and you didn't really have any interest in. Well, you didn't have any interest in doing this in the first place, so you had even less interest in answering these questions and having this little wish list.
Right, but if we're lifting the curtain up, lift the curtain up all the way. We do this because all the time in radio, and this is fine. It's just how it goes. They send out emails and they go, is anybody interested in being doing reads for, which is like the live reads commercials during the show, doing reads for like a motorcycle company or a car dealership or Pepsi or like some beer company or like, so all the time they send these out and then they go, well, who would you like to do ad deals with? And I'm like, I don't care. Anybody who's not a scam. Make sure it's something that is legit. So when I tell people about it, it's good to go. That's all I care about. And then somehow that turned into Sabrina putting on my list. It said Sean's interests for sponsorships. And it said private jets. And what it said like 2 or 3 other things that were like so out of touch and such a bad look.
Okay, but also,
but it was funny. We had an icebreaker moment.
I didn't think it was not funny. I thought it was definitely funny. But the salespeople didn't know what the gimmick was, and we're passing the sheets out to the salespeople. And like,
Super Dave had a good laugh over that private jet thing.
Yeah, it says here Sean wants a private jet sponsorship.
So, I mean, to your credit, Sean, there was an email that got sent around that was like, hey, do you want to endorse this airline? And it's not a private jet.
But I wanted to so bad.
It was like a smaller airline where it's like 50-seat jets, but you like park at the terminal and they have their own TSA and like it's supposed to be like the amount of time between closing your car door and getting on the airplane is just minimal as possible. And then they only have a couple routes though, and they're like, anybody want to endorse this thing? And you probably have to go on a trip so you can tell people what it's like. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So having the private jet thing is not that far off. We used to have an advertiser that was one of those boat clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like you buy into a boat. You don't necessarily buy a boat.
You pay for access to boats, and like all you do is call them up. You're like, I'm coming out to boat today, and they have a bunch dry docked, and they get like a boat forklift, and then they're all right, drop it in, and like when you're done boating, you just get in the car and leave, and they do all the cleaning and the maintenance, and
right.
That's a fancy person's club right there.
So just a little walk through what we do here behind the scenes, folks.
Now put the curtain back down, please.
But our engineer is just
hey, he's having a good time. He's excited to be back.
Yeah,
I'm about to go get tanked myself.
Woo! Just running through the studios. And was he on with other shows too, or did he
not invited?
I said he's more than welcome. I'll crack the mic open without a problem.
I like him. Yeah,
we got 3 hours to go. Come on.
All right. Okay, so let me tell you about this story here. And this is a wild one. Out of Cocoa, Florida, which is not to be confused with a place called Cocoa Beach, Florida.
They don't like that.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't like to be mixed between each other. A missing woman was found safe on Thursday after banging on the door of a shipping container she was trapped in, according to the Cocoa Police Department. Police said 52-year-old Marlene Lopez was reported missing Wednesday and found the following day before 12 p.m. inside this shipping container next to a business. The department said she was not injured and taken to the hospital for evaluation and possible dehydration. But questions arising here. How did she get in a shipping container?
Exactly.
That seems like that's like the nightmare version, the really dark and twisted vision of human trafficking that people have. Like there are people inside these containers and they're being shifted around from place to place. And here's a woman inside of it. But they said detectives responded after they got a missing report.
Wouldn't that be your first thought if you heard somebody banging from the inside of a shipping container?
That it was somebody being smuggled?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would think this is like either somebody trying to get into this country and some terrible person has locked them into this shipping container, or some worse sex dungeon Epstein thing, you know?
The trying to get into this country actually would make more sense in Cocoa right now, because there are a lot of people trying to smuggle Haitians in after that prison break.
Yeah,
it's
going
bad crazy over there. It's real bad.
Yeah, it's bad right now. They say detectives responded and began to check known locations. They interviewed family members and issued a missing person bulletin. During the course of the investigation, detectives were notified the woman had been found. She'd been banging on the door of the shipping container when somebody heard her and unlocked the door. Tyler Sonnenberg, who owns the shipping container, said it was stocked with lawnmowers. He said he first saw Lopez walking around the area on Monday. While he remembers locking down the storage unit on Tuesday afternoon, he said he didn't hear any noise on Wednesday. He believes Lopez might have walked into the unit on her own and passed out. He found a lighter and a pipe inside after she left.
Okay.
So he said it's not his fault she was inside the container. Perhaps there was a little bit more to this. All right, let's hear from you. You join us on the show today, and you do it via your dispatches. Let's see what we got going on. This is an apology for bad audio, so I think I'm just going to skip past Florida vibes here. But we'll go over to somebody else, and that is Guitar Slinger, who wants to talk about vitamins and supplements, because I need that sweet, sweet B12. Please give it to me. Let's see what Guitar Slinger has to say. Here we go.
First things when you're looking for vitamins and supplements, you want to make sure that it's a standardized extract, which is a standardized amount of the product that you're buying is in there. It's a guarantee. The other thing is the bioavailability of that particular supplement.
Sounds
good.
good.
The higher the bioavailability, the better your body absorbs it. I use a brand that I've been using forever, and I'm not trying to get free ads for them, but Life Extension is good on both of those particular counts. They're expensive, but they're dependable and you know what you're getting.
Life Extension.
Also,
What a perfect
good source of B12, Sean, is a breakfast cereal.
Oh, really? Okay, I could do that.
They're great.
I'll tell you this brings me back. I used to work at a radio station called WWNN for winners only. And it was snuck in. And at the WWNN radio station, one of the shows that I produced, C-Lane did this once before too. We producing these brokered shows where they pay to be on the radio station.
Oh, yeah.
And I had gotten fired from a rock station I was working at because I tried to get the program director to do a little cocaine. And he was like,
you didn't dance around that, did you?
You're fired. No, I don't think I did. I think I was like, hey, man, you want to party? Let's do a little cocaine. And he said, no, I'm good. And then I just found that I slowly was just ejected from the building after that.
What was
to
your
repair
employee
my
ID again, sir?
Not sure. Oh, when I worked there, it's going to go unsaid. It was a catchy one though. It wasn't my name. Anyhow, so there was a station WWNN, and I produced for a vitamin show at the time. It was all I could get in radio. And it was this desperation. This is 20-something years ago. And I remember running the show for them, and all the time I'd be like, I don't know enough about this, but this seems like it's a total scam. And when they were talking about the vitamins, people would be on the phone and they'd go, yes, my mother is struggling with breast cancer. And he'd go, what do they got her on? And they, these cancer drugs and this. Yeah. Here's what you need. You need some Herbalife 582Bs. And you're like, a bunch of like vitamins and stuff, buddy. This person that's calling has cancer right now. This seems like a terrible idea. But it was a do whatever you got to do to stay in radio kind of moment for me. There was another show that I did, which was a psychic, where they talked to dead people. And
that must have been very interesting.
just to, it's totally fake. She told me she's like, this person's going to call, this person's going to call.
Well, of course, but the people, and that's theater of the mind, they loved it. And
they did.
And they stayed on hold waiting to talk to their dead grandma.
Man, I produced an outdoor show, and they were all about like camping and gear and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. And I thought it was interesting, but it was very specific. I could think of nothing more boring than the Vitamin Show.
The Vitamin Show was bad, buddy. It was real bad. Is Kent Terry wandering back in there?
Yeah.
Kent Terry is here, everybody. Welcome, Kent Terry.
I came in to see Sean, man. It's been a long time since I've seen the News Junkie in person, and didn't see him here, but man.
It must be nice. Yeah, we.
How are you, buddy?
Since you left, we now have had to separate the show into 3 different rooms. So, thanks a lot.
Well, once you join my new automation system, you all
here we go.
Here he goes.
So that's
nationwide.
You're just gonna plug Ola City while you're here.
Yeah,
we got him wound up.
Sean, let's go back to way back when he never showed up for work. And we used to have silence on the radio.
Get out of here.
Sean, you did
way back.
Twice this happened.
And then you guys turned into one of the best shows in Orlando. So
he can stay as long as he wants.
And I've actually modeled our new automation system with your show involved.
Hell yeah. So that means we've got, we could stay, right? We keep our jobs.
Is he going to show up for work? That's all.
Yeah. Of course.
Look at him.
Good to see you.
Show Kent the studio.
Is he
right here.
So come look at the screen here. Now do the wide shot.
Oh, there he
and that's him all by himself at his own studio.
All right, I'll be right over. Send me the address.
Okay, quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return to the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Well, what's coming up on the next episode? If you've been looking to bang that Dune 2 popcorn bucket, get your wallet ready and lube, I guess. You can't see John Cena, but boy, can you see his terrible Rotten Tomatoes streak. Plus, it's time to break out the harmonicas and Ambien. Roseanne's house is for sale. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for Central Florida. And on this Friday, we are expecting a warm day. Afternoon highs will climb well into the low and mid-80s with a high of 84 degrees expected for Orlando. A few stray showers can't be ruled out for this afternoon, but only a 20% chance of a few of these very isolated and brief showers are possible. Temperatures tomorrow, though, turn much hotter. A high of 88 degrees with increasing shower and storm chances late Saturday night.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Let's talk real risks and real safety for a sec. Right now, banks are juggling debts under the radar. Commercial properties, cars, credit cards they're owed on. It's a bit much, right? Makes you think about the big '08 crash. But there's a smoother way to handle your finances. I've turned to gold and silver. Traditional? Sure. Reliable? Absolutely. Not just shiny objects. Some stability in these uncertain times. Interested in exploring this path? Noble Gold Investments can guide you. They know their stuff about precious metals for IRAs and 401ks. And here's a little nudge. A quarter-ounce gold standard coin free with a qualifying account only this month. Invest with the folks at Noble Gold Investments. Claim your free gold coin and secure your family's financial future. Just use the promo code GOLD. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is celebrating becoming the Funny Bone, formerly the Improv Comedy Club. The Funny Bone guarantees the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Guy Torry, who's made the leap to comedic actor on March 8th and 9th, followed by Simone on March 15th and 16th. Check out our calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com, home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. Yes, another attorney commercial. When people ask me what they should look for when they're hiring an attorney, I make it pretty simple. 1, has your attorney been practicing for more than 10 years? 2, do they pick up the phone when you call? And 3, do they actually care about you? If this works for you, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, Office Orlando.
I'm Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. When I started the brand, I wanted to make the perfect fitting untucked shirt. And over the years, we changed the way guys think about how they dress. The secret was our obsession over fabric quality, listening to what our customers wanted and making everything fit perfectly. Our fit team has mastered pants, polos, sports coats, and more. So we've got you covered from head to toe. Try what millions of guys already know and love. Shop today at untuckit.com or our 80-plus stores worldwide.
Join us Monday night for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. We'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year and celebrate the most innovative talent and creators in the industry. Listen Monday night, starting at 11 p.m., right here.
Presented by The Hartford Small Business Insurance. Learn more or start a quote at thehartford.com/small business. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5 percenters.
World of entertainment and beyond. And if you miss any of the show, go get the podcast links. They're ready for you right now, right this moment, over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Hey, man, you want to party? Let's do a little cocaine.
Nothing. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course the Home Loans Radio Show. Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. It's so easy to get a quote. You apply online. If you have a quote, compare it easily, get peace of mind, and don't worry, That Mortgage Guy Don has your back. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
It was a mere 31 years ago, 1993. God, I just felt really old.
Yeah. Oof.
93s are 31 now. Woof. And so is this.
That
is.
Yes.
Oh, damn, this is in its 30s. Ugh.
31 to be exact. Beavis. Cheapy for a bunghole. I didn't really. And I know that there's a lot of 30, 40-something white males that are doing the same thing right now in their car. Thank you both.
Better. All better than this, though.
It premiered on MTV as a Series 2. Shorts aired from September to November in 92. The Mike Judge brilliance lasted until 97. MTV brought the boys back for 22 more episodes in 2011, revived it again for another 12 episodes last year, and for an additional point, Jesus Christ, C-Lane.
So
Someone,
terrible.
For the love of God, grab that as a GIF, please, and send it to his wife. Your son will see that one day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My son will want to do it as soon as he sees it. He's gonna want to do it.
Papa, that's my dad. And
He's rolling over now, guys.
We are. He
is he really?
Oh, sweet boy.
So all on his own. And then yesterday I was in the kitchen and he rolled. I left him on his back and he rolled over on his stomach.
Just right there on the kitchen floor.
And then no.
He's a kitchen baby.
And then the dog came over and gave him some congratulatory lickings.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I like it. That's good.
Love that so much. This has nothing to do with congratulatory lickings, but it is a bit of a throwback, all to do with the premiere of this movie.
That's familiar.
Dino.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it is, and I have a funny story about farts. So I don't know why this is coming out now, but according to Sam Neill, he had the honor of sitting next to, of all people, Princess Diana.
Oh, my God.
This
All
was
right.
in London, 1993. Next to Princess Diana as well was his 10-year-old son, Tim, and he had the worst gas. Excuse me.
Oh, God.
Sam says once it starts getting exciting, about 45 minutes into Jurassic Park, he started to fart unreasonably. And that is a direct quote.
Farting next to somebody really famous and powerful would be so humiliating. Like, it would be such
of course.
a lot.
Now, there is one thing, though. I will take a non-audible fart over an audible one. So,
yes.
I mean, this was the case for the 10-year-old at the time, who is now, 40-something years old? He's your age?
That's bad.
But he said it was very, very, very smelly. He added, sweating like crazy because I thought the princess is going to think this is me, and it's this little boy here that is my kin. He played the good dad and did not rat out his son, but he made a choice then and there. He said, he's grown now, and I'm never going to another premiere with him again. At least after he eats some beans. Anyways, speaking of butts, we got a news story about Harrison Ford, and they just did a profile on John Williams. Now, we know him very well. We know all the things that he's composed. Jaws.
Lots of big stuff.
Star Wars, Harry Potter, so much more. And in this article, Harrison Ford has revealed that he has been haunted by the Indiana Jones theme by John Williams.
It's a good one, though.
It is good, but good enough to have it playing during your colonoscopy?
Oh, no. Well, if I'm going to
There's
have
your
something.
BH, I am in there. Yeah, he says, I'm often reminded of John. His music follows me everywhere I go. Literally, I had my last colonoscopy, and they were playing it in the operating room speakers. Also in the article, John tells a funny story about scoring the original Star Wars, saying, I mistakenly wrote a love theme for Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And then found out they were brother and sister.
Oh.
But then they shared a kiss. So what's all that about? George never told us there was going to be a second film. And they're a little bit of a tidbit for you. This guy right here, he is just swimming in both money and Rotten Tomatoes. Can't see him.
John Cena.
John Cena is right. And
what's the can't see him thing?
That's his trick.
His wrestling thing.
Like, Stone Cold smashes the beer and then drinks it. Or The
It's
Rock
like-
goes, if you smell, or whatever.
If you can smell. If you can smell, do it.
No, he goes, if you smell what The Rock is
cooking.
cooking.
Smell.
Does he say can?
I think it's just if you
smell. Yeah.
If you can smell. That, like that.
What The Rock.
What The Rock
is cooking.
Is cooking.
Jumanji, Kevin Hart. So, and John Cena's is like, I guess you can't see him until he body slams you or something.
That's not as good, I don't think.
I love the song, though. I think his theme song is pretty lit, if you ask me. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Traps. But now he's doing all the cameos. I mean, he has been in a lot of movies. A lot of movies.
Oh, I thought he was doing online videos for pay.
His recent live-action movies on Rotten Tomatoes are mostly rotten, with only one hit in the past few years.
Damn.
They say his cameo in Barbie breaks his 8-movie rotten streak for live-action roles.
What do we got? Because I bet I've seen some of these. Do you have a list of them or no?
They say he appeared in multiple films that, achieved that fresh status. But when it comes to the most recent one, it was 2024 Ricky Stenicki.
Oh, that just came out.
Ricky
Yeah,
Stenicki.
that literally just came out.
47% score on the review website as part of the writing article. The rest that he has received, super rotten. He briefly appeared, of course, in Barbie, like I said, but Vacation Friends, The Independent, Fast X, Argyle, and they have been absolute failures as far as the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter go.
But I love Vacation Friends.
Vacation Friends is good.
Did you see the second one yet?
Yes.
I
don't know if I did.
I think it's a great film.
They're not artsy movies by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun. You're having a good time watching it.
Now, he did have the cameo as Ken Maid, the mermaid version of Ken, alongside Dua Lipa in Barbie recently, and that earned $1.4 billion at the box office, making it the highest-grossing film of 2023. Rave reviews, all the tomatoes, and Barbie holds an 88% score on Rotten Tomatoes, and at the very least, it's the only thing that John Cena's had recently with a good tomato attached to it. So I'm here for it. Let's see what he has next. Let's see perhaps what MTV Entertainment Studios has next, because they've never done this before. This is extremely exciting. I'm glad that they're finally putting out some new ideas in Hollywood.
What is it?
Ridiculousness 2, Electric Boogaloo.
MTV Entertainment Studios and 101 Studios, producers of Yellowstone and its assorted spin-offs, they are developing a limited series about the killing of JonBenet Ramsey.
Oh, okay.
Haven't seen enough of those.
This will be what, the 15th one?
There's a
that's
lot.
happened?
Yeah, there's far too many of them, probably.
Currently Untitled will detail the mysterious death and surrounding media frenzy in the murder of JonBenet Ramsey, a case that captivated the entire nation and has left us with, I think, 45 different docuseries and documentaries and experts that have nothing to do with it saying things about it.
I think they're the reason that they keep trying to make more content out of this story is because there's just so much about it that people are like fascinated about. And,
Yeah, but
you
isn't
know,
it at some point
I'm
it's
like,
like done?
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
What else do we have to find out?
People don't even care about that Making a Murderer setup anymore with Stephen Avery I mentioned earlier. Like, people don't even care about that one.
I was trying to figure out what was the documentary you mentioned earlier this week, Netflix, that's like kidnapping, murder, also sex was involved, but it was all in the title.
Yeah, I know. I remember what you're talking about, but I can't
remember the title.
No, it was the one about the place for bad kids. That one.
Yes, that one. Okay.
Okay. Let me see. I'll find it.
You actually don't, because I don't even know why I segued into that. Let's just buy some houses, all right? Because this bitch's house. Wait for
Roseanne.
it. Wait for it.
I thought the bitch was white!
By the way, it's Cons, Colts, and Kidnapping.
Oh, okay. Fun title. Won't watch it. Maybe later on. But Roseanne's house from her hit sitcom, as well as the post-Roseanne continuation series, The Conners, is on the market. Now, the house was used just for exterior shots only. But boy, does that real estate listing mention Roseanne so much. And that it was just the outside. I will tell you about the inside. A lot nicer than the Conners kept it. 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths. It's not in Lanford, Illinois. It's actually in Evansville, Indiana. And they're asking for a mere $225,000.
Yikes.
Which leads me to believe that you probably have to do some work on it. Because unless there's nothing in Evansville, Indiana.
Plus, the point of the Roseanne house was these people are from sort of meager beginnings, and it wasn't like, look at this badass house they got. So the exterior is just like kind of a small, regular-ass house.
How about not use your money on Roseanne's small-ass regular house and just a beautiful popcorn bucket that you can bang?
All right. The one from Dune?
The one from Dune 2, mother effer.
I saw over the, well, not over the weekend, but that didn't happen yet. I saw overnight.
Saturday,
somebody posted and they said, my girlfriend won't talk to me right now because I brought the Dune popcorn bucket out to dinner with us. And the Dune popcorn bucket is like in the middle of the table where they're having dinner. And it's like this just unbelievable
I feel
thing.
like people haven't seen it yet. Is there any chance we could show those
hold on,
looking at the stream right now?
I'll bring it up in just a second.
It's a sandworm popcorn bucket. It went viral before the movie even came out because it looks like a fleshlight. It looks like a giant fleshlight, to be completely honest. But I guess completely out of stock when it comes to AMC theaters. It's gone so viral, someone is actually trying to sell it on eBay right now for $800.
Woo, buddy. Here it is for those of you watching on YouTube and Twitch. I'll put it on See It Now for everybody else. I think I already put it on See It Now.
Well, yeah, it's worth looking. I don't know if it's worth banging, but they're going for like $100 or less. Some of them have been sold for $25, but there's one guy who's like, I'm going to get $800 for it. So good luck.
Person. Somebody says, value alert. If you don't have a cat cone, the lid to the Dune popcorn bucket is a great substitute. And they have the cat with the Dune thing on. It works.
On the boob tube, just have a great time watching whatever tubes you do and follow your dreams. Anyone me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Get your tickets for Just Okay 8 March 16th. RealRadio.fm/Just Okay. And say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. This week in Florida, coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling westbound on I-4, authorities are clearing up an accident approaching State Road 429. The left shoulder is blocked. Expect a bit of congestion there on the Greenway. The right shoulder is blocked southbound between State Road 408 and Curry Ford Road. And on Florida's Turnpike, there's a bit of delay southbound approaching Hancock Road due to an accident. Traffic is backed up to Scrub J Lane. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Find your new career. The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 13th at the Orlando Science Center. More info at fljobsnow.com.
The 11th annual Touch a Truck, presented by Johnson's Wrecker Service, will rumble onto Knights Plaza at Addition Financial Arena Saturday, March 9th from noon to 3, and it's free. Kids can learn about their favorite vehicles, including emergency response vehicles, construction trucks, and more. Visit AdditionFiArena.com for info.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Life Imaging FLA. Man, I love this company. They've saved the lives of several of my friends and a lot of listeners. It really is cool. Did you know early detection of heart disease and cancer can be a game changer in terms of treatment outcomes? Of course you know that. Well, let's spread the word this month. Let's get proactive with our health care. And this month, I want to send at least 50 friends and family members to get that free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but I'm telling you, it has saved the lives of listeners and also friends of mine. Let's spread the word, get that conversation going with your loved ones, and let's talk to them about early detection, because it can definitely save lives. You can book your screening and scan now. It's Life Imaging FLA, free heart scan. A few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250 and say the words free heart scan. That's pick up the cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. And when you talk to them about that free heart scan, ask about cancer screening. My goodness, that's important. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll have an option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office, Orlando.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down, and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose 2 faves and save big when I bundle a savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
The World Poker Tour is taking over an entire Virgin Voyages luxury cruise ship for a week of sun, fun, and most of all, world-class poker tournaments. WPT Voyage departs from Miami on March 31st for 6 days at sea with a full slate of poker tournaments, including our $5,000 buy-in main tour event with a $1 million guarantee. The adult-only cruise will stop in Grand Cayman and the Bahamas for golf, tennis, and pickleball events. Cabins start at just $1,500 per person, so book yours today on WPTVoyage.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Is going to do his thing and embarrass everybody down in the Southeast. Well, mostly just in the Sunshine State. All you other states out there listening right now, you could just rejoice. You're off the table here for a little bit. You're not going to be made fun of unless you appear with a Floridian, right? And then that's your fault, right? We can't save you from all of these things. If you meet up with a Floridian and then get caught in that trap, that's on you. All right, C-Lane, are you ready to go?
Ready to go, Sean.
Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida. Oh, ow. I just rolled over my toe with my chair. I'm sorry. Oh. All right, I'm good. Are you ready again?
Yeah.
Are you?
Okay, so I know I rolled over my toe. I'm almost always wearing shoes.
That?
But I wasn't wearing shoes today in the studio, and I completely rolled over my toe. All right, here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here, and it means it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone down in the past 7 days or so. And I'm happy to report that all of our problems seem to have been solved.
Nice. All right.
All of our problems.
I've been looking for that.
It seems like all of our problems have to have been solved because they're working on a bill to ban lab-grown meat in Florida.
Well, I mean,
because that's the top of the priority list.
Right. No, I mean everything on the priority list has to be like checkmarked, right?
Hold on. Is there like some new evidence, perhaps, that like lab-grown meat is murdering people or something? Or
I don't know. I think they're saying that they needed to make sure that it's safe. You know, there needs to be more research. So right now we're just going to ban it in Florida. Mm-hmm.
Just like the books.
And then phase 3 is profit. Right. All right, I guess. And if you look at the link that I sent you,
I've got it here in front of me.
This is Representative Dean Black, who has a little bit of interest in this thing, and he, this loser, is telling everybody that the meat's okay for NASA, but for the rest of us, we're not having it. Play this clip here.
All right, here we go.
It is fine for us to have research and development because our astronauts may need that one day. I think it is fine to develop moon meat.
Okay.
All right.
I think they can make it on the moon and export it to Mars, and it's fine to have Martian meat, too.
Getting some laughs.
And if you go to the moon, if you go to Mars, you should be allowed to get it there, but you sure as heck shouldn't be able to get it anywhere in this country, and sure as heck not here in Florida.
Yeah!
And you won't hear a cattleman like me advocating for it.
That's why. He's a cattleman.
Oh, I thought you said tattleman, like tattletale.
Cultured meat is not meat. It is not bioidentical. It isn't even close. Cultured meat is made by man. Real meat is made by God himself.
Okay. All right.
Separation. I love it.
Thunderous applause for Representative Dean Black, a cattleman who I guess is vested in the fact that labs could grow meat and not just cattle. But, dude, nobody's forcing you to eat lab-grown meat. There's literally no. It's like the fake meat sausage at Cracker Barrel. Nobody's making you order this, man.
Yeah, there's some of these, like, there's like a brand of Republican that confuses me, where traditionally Republicans are supposed to be, or have been known to be, about free markets and competition and freedom, right? Like the freedom to buy things, the freedom to get things that you want and stuff. And then, but they're like, no, you can't sell this stuff. Only actual cattle, and only maybe from my farm, too. That would be really handy.
Florida would be the first state in the union to have any sort of legislation restricting the sales or even the production of lab-grown meat. Violators would be subject to a misdemeanor of the second degree for, I think, making it or selling it. I don't know about possessing it, but real meat is from animals.
Right,
Throw
and
them in
God,
prison.
and God, remember.
And that's what we need to do.
Isn't man from God, though? And
that's what I always say. But
we could talk about that if you want. But
no, we don't have time.
But yeah, and so that's what they're arguing about on the floor there, and the lab grown meat. And that guy, obviously, as a cattleman, he thinks that if the labs are allowed to make the meat, the farms are doomed, right? Because everybody's just going to go to the new meat.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like this is Chia Pet status, where you just water a little lab-grown meat and overnight you get a big T-bone steak on the other end. I think there's still some advantages to the original stuff.
There's some other stuff that they're talking about in the House and in the Senate in Florida, and I know we've talked a little bit about it, but I don't think we have dived deep enough into this House bill that's going to be preventing children 16 and under from using social media.
Yes.
Have you guys been paying attention to this bill?
No,
We
because
talked
I'm over
about
the
it.
age of 16.
Well, we talked about it on the show, and then we talked about how they changed it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, it was House Bill 1 originally, and Governor DeSantis vetoed it. He raised concerns about constitutional issues and infringement on parental rights. Then he negotiated with House Speaker Paul Renner on the plan, and they passed a new House Bill 3. They passed it on Wednesday. It was voted 109-4. The yeas overwhelmingly beat the nays. And in House Bill 3, there's some more stuff that we should be worried about, because this is all about minors, and you should go, what does that mean for me? Like the earlier version, the bill would require age verification to prevent minors under 18 from having access to online pornographic sites.
Oh.
Okay. Really?
That means we would join the states that are currently blacklisted from Pornhub and a bunch of those sites, because they would want you to scan your driver's license or scan your face to make sure that you're 18.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And that's not going to go into any bad territory, right?
Well, also, they had taken the teeth out of it at one point, where when we had brought it up, they had said, we're not going to allow teenagers on social media unless they verify their age. But, oh, by the way, you can verify age by what month and day and year were you born in, like the little drop-down menu like they used to do.
They're also saying that parents can give consent for 14 and 15-year-olds to have accounts.
Excuse me.
So it would prevent children under 16 from opening them on their own, but the parents can help them open an account. I don't know.
That'd be weird.
And health officials don't like to talk about the measles, it seems. It's been happening in Florida, but they're just kind of going, it's not really happening. On Sunday, public health officials in 2 Michigan counties warned all their residents that they may have been exposed to measles. An adult who had contracted the virus had been in health-related settings in Dearborn on 2 days, 2 urgent care clinics, a CVS pharmacy, and a hospital emergency department. And health officials in neighboring counties issued an alert. They want everybody to be careful about the measles. But in Florida, where 10 residents and at least 4 non-residents have been diagnosed with measles in the past month, we just don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing any
going on right now.
Hey, just for the record, everybody, I don't know why everyone's so dumb on this. I don't know why everybody is so smooth-brained on this. If you think you have the measles, or anything else for that matter, don't go spreading yourself all around the world. These people are like, oh, I'm trying to get a test somewhere. I went to 14 CVS stores.
That's why I sneezed at somebody.
God almighty.
So, just use a little common sense. Have you guys ever lived next to somebody or known somebody who has or known somebody who has lived in a place where there's like a plant that produces a smell? The one I could think of that we talked about a handful of years ago was the Hoi Fong plant that was like.
You mean like a production plant?
Yes. Oh, you thought I meant like
thought-
living next to a garden?
Yeah. There was like some flower recently in the last week or so that people were lining up for blocks to smell what it's called a corpse plant,
What?
corpse flower, and it
What
smells
in
like
the
a dead
wholesome
body.
neighborhood do you have going on? They were lining up in your neighborhood to smell this
not
plant?
in my neighborhood, but it was like I was at some sort of community center. And it
Yeah.
only blooms every once in a while. It looks beautiful, but also kind of like genitals, and it smells like a dead body. And people were just gathering around it to take a sniff. And this has nothing to do with Sea Lane's next story, considering you're talking about production plant.
Just for the record, that's the plant that Gaylord Fokker brought is soon to be father-in-law in
early
Meek
today I
Hills.
learned.
Interesting.
There you
That's
go.
the second time I've heard somebody talk about Gaylord M. Fokker today. But anyway, in Palencia, Florida, there's a privately owned wood processing and recycling business that had to just shut down operation after receiving a cease and desist letter. As we know, if they receive multiple, they're called ceases and desistes.
True, that's how it goes.
And they got the letter from St. Johns County officials late Wednesday following several complaints from residents who said the smoke that is coming from this plant, this recycling plant, has impacted their ability to breathe freely. And that makes me wonder, did they just open this plant? Like, why now is there
And
smoke
what's
from the
breathe
recycling?
freely? What is
Well,
under
you have
that?
the right to breathe freely, of
No,
course.
I understand, but like they're having a hard time breathing, or every time they breathe, they're smelling something bad.
I think they're smelling something bad, or it's just they're having a hard time breathing. According to a letter sent to Ancient City Wood Recycling, the company was burning outside of the hours of operations, among other violations, and they were just smoking up all of the neighborhoods. Thousands of people not too happy about that. There were some tourists that came over from Ireland to have a good time in the Sunshine State. Too good of a time, it seems, because Irish friends Kane Mitchell and Luke Comiskey, they died in April of 2022 after consuming fentanyl-laced drugs they bought from a man they met a day earlier. Problem is, the people processing the bodies, they switched them and they cremated the wrong guy.
Oh, no.
So they're reaching out to the Irish families and doing a little oopsie daisy. The two friends were from the Dublin area. They lived together in Pinellas Park near St. Petersburg. Their employer discovered their bodies in the apartment while checking on them after they missed work. A Florida funeral home shipped the men's remains to Ireland, according to a letter from a Florida medical examiner's office. One was cremated, the other was not, per the family's wishes, except the one that was cremated was supposed to be the one that was not. A veteran Miami-Dade police officer was arrested. You don't do this as a police officer or as just a regular person. Was arrested on DUI charges after officials say he crashed into another officer while he was allegedly drunk and on duty and pulled his gun during the encounter.
Oh, my dear.
Nice.
God, man. What is happening?
This sounds all so familiar to me. Go ahead.
According to Miami-Dade police, Montalvo was on duty and I knew you. That's why I pulled this. Driving west on Southwest 72nd Street in an unmarked Ford Explorer around 12:40 in the afternoon when he rear-ended an occupied and marked police vehicle that was on the same street. The other officer was assisting a traffic marking crew, and he had all his emergency equipment activated, so he should have known not to hit him. After the crash, Montalvo unsteadily got out of the SUV, and as the other checked on the work crew, he reached in the front of his waistband and drew a semi-automatic firearm to take what appeared to be a low-ready, prone tactical-type position with what appeared to be a dazed or confused look on his face. Dude is super drunk on duty, pulling his gun and just like,
God. Stop persisting.
So he got promoted, right?
Yes, of course. No, he's now the deputy sheriff.
He's arrested. It would be hilarious if it was like that other story where he got fired in his jail cell, like the guy with the child porn.
Hey, the news is really they'll let you get away with 2 out of 3 of those things. It was just the pulling of the gun and looking all cockeyed at the other officer that was the one that did him in, I think.
There are giant space holes near Florida that we should be probably not worried about.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Just space holes, Sean.
Google NASA sky hole.
Should I?
Yeah, NASA sky hole.
Just make sure you
listen,
spell NASA right, because NASA Skyhole will be different.
All right.
There was a Terra
You know what I mean?
NASA sky hole. Earlier this year, NASA's Terra satellite was zipping over the Gulf of Mexico when one of its...
Terrorist satellite?
Terra satellite.
Oh, okay.
Can we hear you?
Yeah. Terra satellite was zipping over the Gulf of Mexico when one of its instruments snapped a photo of these odd-looking clouds that looks like somebody took a hole punch to the sky. You got it up?
Is this it here? I think I'm looking at it. Maybe.
No, that's a black hole.
Oh, that's what I got from NASA Skyhole. This is in March 2024, and it's like cavum clouds, punch hole clouds.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
I saw a whole different thing, though.
Okay, I'll bring up some other ones here. Just
no big deal. I'm probably the bigger violator of this on the show. How often would you guys say you guys eat gas station food?
Oh, not too much.
Yeah, not often.
Is this the sky hole you were talking about right here?
Yeah, those are the two little clouds.
Crazy looking.
Yeah.
Those are actually just clouds that make it look like a hole.
Wow.
But they're invading.
Sweet.
Well, thank you for sending me those whole clouds. That was really sweet of you, actually.
Watch out. Yeah.
Gas station food. The last time that I ordered anything from Wawa, considered that?
I don't know if I'd count Wawa's gas station food.
Okay.
Wawa's too good because some of the stuff that C-Lane gets, it seems like it's on the line, and you go, why would a human being eat that? But then when I take a look at it, it looks good. Like the breakfast burrito he gets,
yeah,
it looks really good.
I wouldn't count Wawa because, like, there's a kitchen. Like, they're cooking it in a kitchen, even though it's, like, very fast foody. And, you know, it's a little fancy for gas station food. But gas station heroin is the big problem that they're talking about right now.
Oh, that's available?
Yeah, there's a thing, and it says Florida's emergency rule to temporarily ban this tianeptine, better known as gas station heroin, is about to expire. So state lawmakers are working on a bill to make it permanent. But if they don't, in 4 months, we can get ourselves some gas station heroin.
Nice.
Attorney General Ashley Moody announced the emergency rule in late September and expires June 30th. House Bill 1595 adds tianeptine to the list of substances with a high potential for abuse and not accepted for medical use, which I think makes it Schedule 1. I think the reason marijuana was on Schedule 1 for the longest time, and heroin and stuff like that, cocaine wasn't, was because they say there's no medical use for it.
Right. Well, I mean, they seem like that could use some updating these days, but I don't know that they've done it just yet.
I think it would be weird to be the police officer writing this report. A woman is facing burglary and battery charges after she broke into her ex-boyfriend's home and threw Sprite at him and pickled pork juice on his sofa.
I'd be okay with the Sprite. The pickled pork juice is where I draw the line.
Yeah. A deputy with the Lehigh County Sheriff's Office responded to Lehigh Acres on March 1st after residents said somebody broke into the home. The woman, identified as Ms. Reddick, because I do not know that name, was holding a bottle of Sprite outside the home, which she flung at the victim.
Ew.
She began shouting at him and continuously mentioned wanting to fight him as the deputy tried to separate the pair. And last but not least, this week in Florida, a Daytona Beach man was arrested after police say he burned down his house after screaming about vampires. Melvin Weaver, 64 years old, faces charges of aggravated battery and arson, and his wife sought to have him committed for mental health reasons.
Good idea, wife.
Yeah, well, when that happened, she was trying to have him, like, Baker acted, and when they arrived at 2 p.m., he was acting rationally, and police determined he could not be Baker acted.
Oh, are you serious?
But by 7 p.m., he grew angry, began hitting his wife, breaking windows with a cane, and said the vampires are going to defend themselves, and burned the house to the ground. No more vampires. That's it for this week in Florida.
Holy cow.
That
All
was
right.
action-packed.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here. We got our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. He's going to be joining us momentarily with some news, something of interest for those of you who are gearing up like we are. We're a week and a day away from Just Okay 8, and you might want to hear this. That's coming up soon, plus a 5-year-old coach. I don't know about this. And a baby's life saved on a live camera. All that and so much more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
There's a couple of accidents on some of the major roadways causing delays. Florida's Turnpike southbound at the Leesburg exit, the right shoulder's blocked. I-4 westbound approaching State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident there. The left shoulder's blocked. You could expect delays on the Greenway southbound between State Road 408 and approaching Curry Ford Road. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Get ready, because Scott's is taking over Daylight Saving Time. It's such a big event that we're calling it Day-Long Saving Time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. Offers available March 7th through 20th at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
My best dad tip, okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friend Judy from Life Imaging FLA. Judy, you know, when you told me about 9 months ago you're going to be changing lives and saving lives, I had no idea it was going to be this impactful.
I told you so, Jim.
You did tell me so.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, since May, 71 people have came in that we have found heart disease or issues in their full body that we've saved their lives.
That's unbelievable, 71 people. Because here's the thing, with heart disease, you can't do that. Because 30% of the people who had that first symptom, it's sudden death. You have to be proactive. And the cool thing is your scan over at Life Imaging FLA allows you to do that.
Absolutely. Take control of your own life.
That's right. Be proactive today. Take control of your health. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. That is a $699 value, and it couldn't be easier. From your cell phone, call pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. And remember, when you get there, ask about the cancer screening as well. It is better to know now than worry about this tomorrow. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
The hit true crime podcast Paper Ghosts is back with a haunting mystery in the shadows of the Ozarks. Season 4 unravels a darkly intriguing cold case from 1989 as a community continues to search for answers about a missing girl, various suspects, and a potential connection to BTK.
It's gone from, okay, we don't think something's quite right, to there's some worry going on now because now we've found some of her clothing.
Listen to Paper Ghosts on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes. He's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Whitney Cummings presents the Big Baby Tour 2024.
I'm sorry that the appropriate age for women to get pregnant in the medical community is at prom in a toilet.
Hard Rock Live, Friday, November 15th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. Math and Magic. Stories from the frontiers of marketing with Bob Pittman, Season 6. Join iHeartMedia Chairman and CEO as he analyzes the math and magic of marketing, sitting down with today's most gifted disruptors. Marketing School, digital marketing and online marketing tips. Actionable digital marketing lessons learned through years of being in the trenches. Office Hours with Mike Stive. Mike sits down with the world's most important chief executives to answer your most pressing questions about leadership, career, and life. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This
T emails, aka Tom. Tom says about the new TSA checkout that you were discussing on the show recently. He said, I saw a demonstration of the new TSA system, and it's really not much different from what we're doing right now, Tom says. It still runs people through like cattle, just without as many TSA agents. There's always a lot of them extra anyhow, right? The TSA spokesperson said it was not meant to eliminate agents, right? Because they always tell you at whatever job is doing this kind of stuff, they're like, this is meant to make it so there's fewer of you we have to employ. No, they never tell you that. iHeart doesn't go, we're doing this to get rid of redundancy and make sure we can only pay like half as many people as we pay now.
Well, I mean, the guy that was coming in here talking about automation is drunk, so I think we're good for at least a little bit longer.
We don't know that for sure. Allegedly.
I'm fairly sure. All right. They said the TSA spokesperson said it was not meant to eliminate agents, but that is the obvious goal. Though, like a lot of companies, maybe they're also struggling to hire agents. I don't know. That seems like a pretty decent job. I definitely don't like the elimination of jobs. That's why I'll purposely not use self-checkout. I don't wonder how many people will be like Tom, because how many people said when they started putting the body scanners in, remember the invention and launch of the full body scanners at the airports?
I don't even remember when that was.
It was like maybe 8 years ago or so. And at the time, there was so many people who were like, I'm never going to get it. I'm going to opt to go for the other one every time. And now what does everybody do? You just walk through the machine because it's not that big of a deal.
I opted out of it one time. And
did you?
As a joke, and then immediately regretted it. Because they're like, okay, well, I mean, and once you opt out, You cannot opt back in. You can't go, oh, no, I'm just kidding. And they're like, no, you've already opted out. We need you to come with me.
Come over here to the
And
ball kicking
pulled me
station,
off to the
sir.
side, and pulled me off to the side, and put on gloves, and then patted my genitals with the back of their hand, so it's not a grab.
All that fun stuff. He says, I definitely don't like the elimination of jobs, but
That said, at 10 out of 10, I'd do it again.
As far as Alec Baldwin, he says, he's moving over to another subject. I agree he should not be held responsible for the gun being loaded. Not that I'm a fan of his anymore. It was completely the responsibility of the person who was hired to check the gun. I equate it to an actor driving a car in a movie. If the brakes don't work and it kills somebody, it's not the actor's fault for not thoroughly checking the equipment. That's a fair comparison. That's somebody's job to do. I just think he's going to have a hard time in court as far as the statements he gave in the matter and may be found guilty of other things. I think it was determined pretty early on that people wanted to go after Alec Baldwin. Yeah. And some of it is people hate Alec Baldwin because he's pretty hateable. Right? Let's be real about this. Like, he's kind of a hateable guy.
What? Have you seen his movies?
He's always screaming at somebody on the street. He's always
old. It's complicated. It was great.
He's hateable because people didn't like the little fat piggy message that he left for his daughter. That was pretty harsh.
That was rude.
But also, you got to remember, that wasn't too far removed from him playing Donald Trump on SNL, and Trump did not like that. And SNL, terrible ratings, Alec Baldwin, loser. So, I mean, the people...
Well, I think that means he was on point, right?
But there's a lot of Republicans that hate Alec Baldwin for Trump and for other things. And he just, politically, he's very different from these Republicans that hate him. And there's also Democrats, I think, that dislike him. And it's probably for the reason that C-Lane said, for that famous voicemail of him yelling at his daughter. And he always just seems like out of touch. His wife is maybe one of the most out of touch people on planet Earth. She, half the time, is pretending she's not from planet Earth, The wife is the one who's like, how you say cucumber?
Listen, come over here for a second.
Bitch, you're from Boston. What are you doing?
My children are trying to go to school, okay?
Good God. So there you go. TSA not going to be too scary, he says.
I'm a huge fan of her, by the way.
Of her?
Day. Yes. Hilaria all day, every day. I mean, if there's anybody who can stick to something more than a fake Spanish accent for all this time, then you've got my vote.
It takes some dedication.
Rachel Dozel stuck to her thing.
Hers was annoying. Hilaria is like, how do you say cucumber? It's just like, you know how to say cucumber. Your parents have been saying it since their parents got here in America years ago.
I don't even think Hispanic people say cucumber.
No,
I
they
do now.
don't.
I can't say cucumber without cucumber now.
She completely made up a new thing, and she's just like, look, I'm just super foreign. What am I going to say? Do not. God damn it,
Yeah,
Pokey.
absolutely pull that.
Come on.
I mean, that was nuts that you thought he wouldn't
Everybody was doing the same thing. We were all doing the same thing, and then I do it, and you shut up so you can... and no one's going to understand the context. It's my life, man.
I got a whole folder of no one understands the context of Sean stuff.
You know what you're supposed to do? No. Don't play.
Are you sure?
Yes. It all makes me look bad. It makes me look terrible.
It's tough to be a sex offender.
I hate that one.
Oh, come over here, little boy.
It's a new one, isn't it?
The juxtaposition, like when you pair those together.
China persons. What in the hell did I get myself into?
Obama, I told you.
That's that is just the
small sampling, yeah.
That is a cherry.
Okay, there's something that you need to do this weekend. Many of you will know. Some of you will not. But you should not forget about it. What is it? That is coming up next. Plus, our friend Mo DeWitt will drop in, and he's going to tell us what his big surprise is. And you're going to want to make sure you listen to this because it's going to have an impact on your week next week. Pretty sure that's going to be true. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
I'm a vampire.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Little slices of orange things, and I was like, ugh, and then I realized, what's all the good food? Camouflage.
It's like she tried to camouflage it, and like I wasn't going to find it.
Honey, there's nothing good in here. Why is my food wearing a ghillie suit?
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Another Bronco great called out Russell Wilson for his lack of leadership in Denver. Just like in Seattle, Russ leaves town, the gloves come off. No one ever defends him. Even Aaron Rodgers, the most polarizing guy in the league, has plenty of backers. Russ is a robot. He's always been more worried about how people perceive him than elevating the locker room and friendships. I'm Colin Cowherd.
What makes a Mercedes-Benz EV different? Electric is what gets you there, but Mercedes is what moves you. Like no other automaker can. The vehicle, all electric. The feeling, all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is celebrating becoming the Funny Bone, formerly the Improv Comedy Club. The Funny Bone guarantees the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Guy Torrey, who's made the leap to comedic actor on March 8th and 9th, followed by Simone on March 15th and 16th. Check out our calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com, home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down, and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with a $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose 2 faves and save big when I bundle a savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Ah, winter, with its cold, dry air causing that not-so-nice winter nose feeling. Thankfully, you don't have to wait for warmer weather to clear sinus congestion and send winter nose packing. All you need is Navage Nasal Care. Navage helps soothe the inflamed nasal passages that are often part of colds and infections. It flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your sinuses to give you the soothing moisture you need. Navage also sucks out the other irritants trapped in your nose, viruses, dust, bacteria, and germs too. Winter might feel like it drags on forever, but Navage works quickly, helping you breathe more clearly in just 30 seconds. No decongestants required. Navage is a drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Get Navage today and make winter a little more bearable. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like The Vinyl Experience. Just search Vinyl Experience and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
I'm Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. When I started the brand, I wanted to make the perfect fitting untucked shirt. And over the years, we changed the way guys think about how they dress. The secret was our obsession over fabric quality, listening to what our customers wanted and making everything fit perfectly. Our fit team has mastered pants, polos, sports coats, and more. So we've got you covered from head to toe. Try what millions of guys already know and love. Shop today at untuckit.com or our 80-plus stores worldwide.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Find your new career. The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 13th at the Orlando Science Center. More info at fljobsnow.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
In just a little bit with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, getting everything ready for all the VIP folks and all those swag bags. I got a hallway.
Oh, I know. You got
full of boxes, man.
It reminded me of one of the times that we went and hung out with Tom and Dan, and they just opened the garage door. They're like, it was just like a merch warehouse.
Yeah,
that's what your hallway is turning into right now.
My God, yeah, it is. There is stuff everywhere in my hallway right now. You can't get away from it. And Moses, you just had to walk by all this stuff. It's half like VIP swag bag warehouse out there right now.
Pretty much.
Including some stuff from you, which appreciate you tossing that in for the VIP folks. They're going to love this, man. They're getting so much good stuff. And
yeah, you
they're
got
going to have
that Dune 2 popcorn bucket in there, right?
Oh, no. He tried to get one of those for everybody. Costly. Really pricey
and
out.
Very moist.
Yeah, and some people are very disturbed by them, too. We've got some information about Just Okay and Moses. We're going to say in just a little bit. Real quick, though, a couple of things. No, don't do the drum roll yet.
I'm making sure it's ready. That's all.
Let's get a couple of things out there. First, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and Sam emails, says, good morning / afternoon, News Junkie crew. I ran across an article to get some potential monies from a Walmart settlement. The form is easy to fill out for this settlement, and you don't need proof of purchase or anything. You'll get more money, though, if you do have proof. Also, since the Stanley Killer Cups came in, do you think there might be one left over that I could buy, please? I live in Kentucky.
Yeah, right.
And I have a full-time job and 2 toddlers, and I have no way I can make it there for the show, unfortunately. Maybe when my girls get older, we can go. Anyways, fill out that form and get some free money, she says. This is about a Walmart settlement, like a class action settlement. Celine, can you bring that up? Because it said something about waiting. I don't know if it was like the waiting on the scales and the self-checkout or what it was with Walmart. But let's see if we can get more details on that because, hell, I know a lot of people have been to a Walmart and therefore could be part of this class action settlement.
Okay, but he's saying you don't need proof of purchase?
No, don't even need it. Yeah.
Often you don't need proof of purchase. Customers who purchase weighted goods or bagged citrus between the days of October 18th, 2018 and January 19th of this year could qualify for a payment in the $45 million class action lawsuit.
Nice. There's some money attached to that. That ain't bad at all. Does it say what the website is if you're going to be part of it?
Company's website.
Let me know if you see that. Mark over on YouTube says, is Mo crushing a Guinness? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to have your afternoon Guinness every Friday.
He generally comes in with his Guinness, and he pounds it as he sits here in the studio. But that's...
No, that is a cold brew coffee, sir.
This is a foxtail.
Yeah, you guys.
Are you
That's
going to
a
be
little
drinking it just okay, you think, Moses? Don't answer that. That was an audit.
He's allowed to
We'll find
drink.
out.
Attorney
What's
is
going
right
on
now.
here?
But the silence made me think like he didn't want to be asked that question on the air. So I.
Well, the
I don't want to
foxtail,
admit to anything.
the foxtail hasn't hit his system yet. That's clearly what's going on here. He's got to roll into things.
Foxtail is like very close to your Celsius kind of peak caffeine.
Yeah, but he's built for this. Mo wakes up and just like drinks a bunch of stuff like that.
Do I?
Yeah. Do you have coffee at your house?
He watches you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
have
mean, now I told you I was off the coffee for like 6 to 9 months.
I knew that wasn't going to stick.
And then now I'm
Let's be
back
real.
on the wagon, off the wagon, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's a wagon involved.
Sure, yeah.
You're not on it. You're off it.
Yeah, and I'm not on.
And the thing
so.
you're doing with the wagon is not the good thing that you're
Right,
supposed to be
exactly.
doing. Those are the things we're sure of as of right now.
The only reason I remember which one is which, Moses, is because you fall off the wagon. It's like, when you're talking
makes
about
sense.
alcoholism, usually if somebody hasn't drank in like 4 months, when they fall off the wagon, they fall hard.
So they fall off the wagon into the alcohol.
Yeah.
Instead of like
Basically, yeah.
they're on the alcohol wagon and they
To a
fall
giant
into
pool
sobriety.
of alcohol.
Yeah.
They're swimming
The
around.
falling into sobriety doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know why that was ever a thing. That doesn't make sense.
By the way, to answer your question about that class
the
action,
website?
the website, very memorable, easy to remember website. It's good. I mean, it rolls off the tip of the tongue here. WalmartWeightedGrocerySettlement.com.
No, I'm so surprised that one wasn't taken already. WalmartWeightedGrocerySettlement.com. Go gobble up your monies over there, and you don't even need proof that you've been part of it. We always tell you about the mailbox money, and here it is.
But if you have proof, if you find your receipts, which I think you can do on their website, you can get more money.
Right. Okay. A couple other things. I want to make sure this is all checked off the list. This Sunday, daylight saving time is 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's right. You lose an hour of sleep, but then it starts to give us the longer days, which thank God. I hate when it's like dark at 5 o'clock or something. It's a miserable thing.
I don't care for it, but it also sucks when you're trying to start your day early and it's dark at 7:30, 8 a.m.
Well, you're going to get screwed on one side or the other. So you've got to like kind of decide which one works. And I figure like after everybody's done working, they want more hours. They want more hours like daylight and stuff. And now we don't have to do anything. I was like, Forrest, I was telling him, like, you got to get everything ready. Daylight savings time. C-Lane's talking about it. Daylight savings times this weekend on Sunday. I don't even know that I have to do anything other than my car. My car is like the...
Yeah, it's like the only thing that doesn't auto-update anymore.
Yeah, it's like the last item. The microwave... Oh, damn, the microwave gets me, too.
Mm-hmm.
The microwave gets me every single time.
Here goes Sean off to buy that smart microwave.
No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to replace it. No. I'll stick with what I got. I'll just keep it on whatever random time it's on. Okay, we got to do jury duty. Do we have anything on the list for
But it's 6
Moses?
p.m. at your house.
I do have something on the list for Moses.
All right, well, let's do that. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
The one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Andrew on the go. Just call Mo, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you are in an accident, you make sure you're doing the right thing. There's a lot of attorneys out there. A lot of them aren't going to care much about you, and you need somebody who does, and that's why you got Moses, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
Oh, yeah.
What do we have on the list, C-Lane?
There's just one thing, and it's something we talked about yesterday. Something Sean was very heated about at the top of the show.
Surprise.
And that was the video that this tech douche made that accused Matt Rife, the comedian, of attaining his celebrity and his stardom and his career through the use of sexual favors.
Oh, God.
Homosexual favors in this
Moses,
case.
are you aware of this at all or not?
I'm not. I know you're a big Matt Rife fan, but outside of that, I'm not aware of this.
I don't love or hate Matt Rife. I only suggest that the person who did this was so in the wrong, and we have a major problem because people don't want to sue. They just would rather ignore things.
Right.
So I'll rephrase this, and 'cause a lot of people were asking me when I started tweeting about this, ask Mo. We want to hear what Mo thinks about this. We'll go over that. We got an announcement from Moses DeWitt about Just Okay, and we got an email for it. We got all kinds of stuff we got to get to. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Orlando City returns to Inter and Coast Stadium to host Minnesota United FC this Saturday. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a couple accidents on some of the major roadways to watch out for this afternoon. I-4 westbound approaching State Road 429, the shoulder's blocked. I-95 southbound between State Road 40 and approaching International Speedway Boulevard. There's an accident there. The off-ramp from the Greenway northbound to Aloma Avenue is partially blocked. Travel with caution through there. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Let's spread the word this month and save some lives with proactive healthcare. We do that with Life Imaging FLA's free heart scan. I go personally, try to get 50 friends and family over there. Started with my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and here's why. The testimonials coming out are simply amazing. People's lives are being saved, and it's a simple approach to proactive healthcare. Don't wait till there's a problem. Learn beforehand. You can do that with this scan, and then take that information to your primary care doctor and build that life plan. There are no dyes with this test. There are no injections. You don't have to take off your clothes. It only takes a few minutes. Take control and call Life Imaging FLA today. Get that free heart scan. Again, just a few minimum requirements, and it is a $699 value. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Sunnyside Electric.
Oh, hi. I'm worried about my electrical panel.
For static electricity problems involving your cat, press 1.
No, my electric panel.
For all other inquiries, press 2.
Don't even have a cat.
Fine. What's your problem then?
My electric panel, it's making sort of a humming noise.
Impossible. If your panel is working normally, it should be silent.
I know. That's why...
Have you tried using those noise-cancelling headphones?
What?
Then you won't hear the humming.
How does that help?
It'll get you off my back.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
No, but I'm calling them now.
When you have an electrical problem, you need help now. A helpful operator to guide you, qualified electricians to diagnose and repair your electric panel and keep it safe and functional. That's the Frank Gay way.
Wish I'd called Frank Gay in the first place.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm wearing my noise-cancelling headphones.
That's the Frank Gay way.
frankgayservices.com.
With conference championships around the corner, now's the time to register for the Dose Million Bracket Challenge. You can sign up now at twinpeaksbracketchallenge.com, then fill out your bracket before the tournament tips off on March 21st. Enter for your chance to win $2 million and more epic prizes, including a $50 gift card to the top bracket from every lodge. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Paid for by government.com. Here's your chance to get 5 iconic United States silver dollars spanning the last 150 years in one amazing set. Experts agree this is a must-have for silver coin buyers. That's right, all 5 silver dollars are legal tender official United States mint coins. If you call 1-800-386-7194 right now, we'll send you this ultimate 5-piece American silver dollar set with each silver coin in extremely fine or brilliant uncirculated condition. Guaranteed. This set includes every type of U.S. silver dollars in American history, issued from 1878 to 2024. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 150 years of U.S. silver dollars 5-piece set. Plus, receive a bonus display case, an information booklet, and free shipping. Don't miss your chance. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 5-piece set of iconic U.S. silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-386-7194.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
My best dad tip, okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
Of the DeWitt Law Firm. Got an announcement on the way in just a bit here, but I want to talk about this because C-Lane's right, Mo. I did yell about this a lot this week, and it's because I think it's a bigger problem that people just aren't necessarily addressing yet. Let me give you the rundown and tell me what you think about this, all right? So there's this guy, he says his name is Nima Yamini, and he says, before I got big with my career in, what was it, C-Lane? He's like some sort of crypto.
He's a crypto tech bro douche.
He was very, very vague about it, though. You go to like flaunt.com, I think it was, and it was like CEO of tech company.
Yeah, so
with
very
no
nondescript
other information.
But he's alleging that he's like a wealthy, successful guy. And he said, before I got all this money and wealth and fame and stuff, I was going to be a comedian. And there's like a serious song playing in the background. It's Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams. And there's no indication that he's trying to be funny or whatever. And this guy, Nima, goes, I was on the verge of making it big in Hollywood, and I took a meeting with these 2 very powerful guys in Hollywood. And those 2 guys said, we can make you a huge star. Here's what you need to do. You need to give us oral pleasure right now. And he said, I said, hell no. I'm never going to do this. No, I wouldn't do this. And he said, and as I walked away, the other comedian that was there.
Before he could walk out the door.
Before he could walk out the door, Matt Rife, he said, did this to both of these executives in Hollywood.
Same time, by the way, Moses.
Yeah, at the same time.
Is he implying he actually saw this?
Yes.
Okay.
He said, before I looked back, and he said, he was doing this to both of these Hollywood executives. And that's why Matt Rife is famous and got his Hollywood career. Not a smile, not a ha-ha, not anything like that, right? And afterwards, I said immediately, I was like, this is so obvious to me that there is a case here. When it comes to people who are big figures online, they generally don't try to go after defamation. But to me, this is clear defamation, right?
Sounds like it.
When you say to somebody, like, I'm going to tell a story about person X, and they did something that is negative, and you're saying that their career is all thanks to them doing a sex act on these Hollywood executives, you knowingly are lying about that, right? You knowingly are targeting a certain individual about that and naming him, and not naming the other people, but naming the person that you were targeting, this comedian, right? And you know damn well when you utter this, and it got more than 30 million views on Twitter before they finally took it down. He knew damn well that this was going to be something that could have a negative impact on Matt Rife's career. Again, I don't care if you love Matt Rife or hate Matt Rife, but when somebody is slandering or what's it called?
Defaming.
Defaming another person, more people should go after these folks. And that, to me, seemed like a slam dunk case against the guy who did this.
It was extremely blatant, which leads me to wonder, like, what were you thinking? Or is this, like, rich tech CEO have an idea of some sort of loophole when it comes to an accusation like that?
Well, I'll give you an update in a moment, but just based on what I said, where does your head go with that?
It seems like a pretty clear-cut case of defamation from what you've told me. Now, I know there was another guy, there was a plastic surgeon on TikTok he was implying that he did like jawline surgery to Matt Rife, but he was very careful in his wording, where he never really said anything that could directly identify it as Matt Rife.
Yes.
And so people were drawing that conclusion, but he never actually said that. And it was a joke. He didn't do the surgery on Matt Rife.
And when we talked about this, you had made the point, like, if it's still so painfully obvious that it is that person, it still could be a problem for you. But not saying their name is always going to put you in a better position than if he flat out said Matt Rife did X, Y, and Z. And Matt Rife, if he didn't do this, should sue the hell out of him. Because if this guy says he's rich, he's out there just trying to get clout off all these people. And if he says he's joking around, which is what he's now saying, he says he's announced in a video of him talking about this. He said it was taken from his profile, and his statement about Matt was entirely parody.
That's not a parody at all. There's no funny part of that at all.
You can't just do something and say it's a parody. That's not how it flies, right?
No, not at all. I mean, and so, for instance, here, he could have said that he had this meeting with these individuals, and they basically said that in order for him to have a successful career in comedy, he had to, do oral sex on them. Mm-hmm. Then he could have said, I left the meeting, and as I was leaving, Matt Rife walked in, or something like that. And that leaves it maybe open to the imagination, interpretation. Still may be false, still may be a lie.
Right.
But he's not committing the act of saying this person was,
the guy was like, and that comedian was Matt Rife.
Yeah, and there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was very clear what he was stating. He said it matter-of-factly. He said Matt Rife was doing this. That's why Matt Rife is famous right now. It wasn't a funny thing. And afterwards, everybody's like, oh, he's just going to apologize, or he's going to say it was a joke. You can't just do that.
Yeah. Also, this guy does not know what parody means. To successfully parody, you have to have an original work that you have somehow manipulated or changed into your own. That is it's a derivative, but it's also like sort of teasing or making fun of the original.
Right. A lie is not a parody.
A joke is not a parody.
Right. None of that is. And so do you think, because they said on TMZ that Matt Rife is exploring some options here with any attorneys, everybody just avoids this. And it happens more and more and more on these platforms, which is what fires me up. Do you think that he would have a shot at actually winning this? Because I think it's an easy case.
Yeah, I think he would definitely have a shot of winning it. I think he probably issued the statement saying that it was a joke to try to limit his damages, because he probably knows that he is at risk of being sued now. And so he's trying to limit those damages. So if they come after him, he can say, well, I released the second video saying it was a joke to try to stop the damage or reduce the amount of damage. But obviously, in any of these cases, the first video always gets way more views than the second video.
Of course. The first video,
retraction.
To your point, Mo, the first video is up to what was up to 30 or more million views. All right.
Yeah.
The retraction video. Now, granted, this has only been out for a little while as the point of we're having this conversation, but the retraction video only has 34,000 views.
Yeah.
Would that also come into play probably in the courtroom?
I think it would. And the interesting thing is I think you could almost use that to calculate damages now, where I don't know that we've seen any case like this where they've used the amount of views to show the damage. But when you have one video that's done that much better than the other, 30 million versus 34,000,
yeah,
it shows that the retraction video didn't have the same power to it. Just like people used to always complain, well, the newspaper did a retraction, but it was on page 6. Nobody saw it. Here, you can prove nobody saw it. You can prove that the amount of people saw it, based on the analytics, was minuscule. And so the damage was actually done.
Would Twitter or X have any weaknesses in terms of them being the platform where this was posted, or no?
Well, typically, no. I mean, they have, based on these federal acts that have been passed over time, they have pretty much blanket immunity on most of this stuff now. And then obviously they took it down at some point. But usually it's very difficult.
Yeah, I don't see how you could come after Twitter or X for somebody, one of their users posting something false. That's not really their fault.
The only problem I would have with this is if Matt Rife had attorneys asking X or Twitter to take down the defamatory post, and they either drag their heels on it or refuse to pull it down. Because once they are made aware that a false post is on their platform, a false accusation, it's defamatory, they're made aware of this, and then they don't do anything. To me, they hold some sort of liability responsibility by letting it go out to more and more and more people.
Potentially. I mean, from a legal standpoint, they're usually pretty immune to any sort of action there. But, obviously your point is well taken, where if they're kind of encouraging this to go on, maybe that opens the door for some sort of liability.
Moses, my question, and the reason I wrote this down in the first place was we were kind of not worried, but there was concern that Matt Rife would just do nothing about this, and then this guy is just allowed to be a lying asshole.
But to your point, C-Lane, sorry to interrupt, but to your point, Matt Rife and any other famous person generally wouldn't, because generally the person would be some anonymous person online. But in this case, the guy's saying that he's got money. He's made himself, right?
Right. But if Matt Rife had chosen to do nothing about this, is there anybody else? Is there any other way to go after this guy, or is the only person, because it's defaming Matt Rife, is he the only person that could seek any sort of justice about this?
I mean, from what you're telling me about the story, it seems like Matt Rife is the only person who could go after them. If he named the other people who were involved in the meeting, or maybe implied who they were, maybe they would have a cause of action. But the reason you don't see a lot of these celebrities going after these defamation cases, and we kind of saw this in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, is your whole life gets opened up.
Right.
Because that now, okay, if he's saying he was defamed by someone saying that, he committed oral sex on these guys, and that hurt his reputation, it damaged him. Well, now he has to open up his entire sexual history and sexual past, and they can dig into all this kind of stuff and make it public.
Discovery to the point that somebody can make that accusation. So let's say I made a horrible accusation about C-Lane, right?
You've done it before.
Again?
And then C-Lane says, that's defamation. I'm getting Moses DeWitt to sue you. He's calling Mo, right? And then I go, okay, does that now grant me access? I want to see all C-Lane's text messages to see if I can find any instance where he actually did this.
Well, it opens the door. Then it's going to be up to the judge to limit what is reasonable. But certainly, in most cases, they're going to give them a lot of discretion to go through discovery and see. You have two stages to discovery. You have the discovery process where you kind of can open the door and look at all sorts of stuff, and then you have what's admissible in court. And what's admissible in court is more restrictive, but the discovery process, as long as it's not a fishing expedition, is usually pretty broad to allow you to find the evidence that you need.
What if he did that, got some sort of other embarrassing thing about Matt Rife, and then the judge was like, this can't be in the trial? If that person leaked that, would they be responsible for that too?
Well, again, a good lawyer would probably ask for all the discovery to be sealed, or some sort of confidentiality agreement, especially when you're dealing with high profile people.
Yeah, because all this is the worry. That's why people don't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's so incredibly frustrating. I want to see more people who do this. And people go, freedom of speech. the First Amendment. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of the First Amendment.
Right.
The First Amendment is much more than anything about the government not creating laws that reduce your ability to say the things that you want to say and reduce your freedom of speech. It doesn't protect somebody from just endlessly spouting lies about other individuals that could harm them in various ways. And it gets even deeper than that. I was talking about how, and this is sort of a interesting area of the law, I guess, but there's even parts of free speech where they call them, and we talk about this, called fighting words, right? And fighting words are one of those things, you know them if you see them. There's no perfect definition of what this means, but there is a possibility that I can say something so horrific to C-Lane that if he punches me, I should have damn well expected to be punched for it.
Oh.
And under law, it's like he's allowed to hit me if I say that.
I don't know if he's allowed to hit you, but
or he shouldn't have been surprised that there was a physicality in terms of the response that came to this.
Depending on what you say,
and all of that is like very, very on the forefront of well, not the forefront because it's been around for so long, but that's legal ground that is very contested. I would say. I think the Matt Rife stuff much less so, but everybody they're like all these idiots online, like he definitely did it. He did it. Those folks are the problem. And we should not just let this stuff just fester out there. It's so bad. I hope this dude gets railroaded. I hope they take all his dumbass crypto bucks and they be done with him. Right now, he came from nowhere, like 12,000 followers or something, even after all this.
Go back to nowhere.
I hope his bank account goes to nowhere. Okay, Moses. We don't have any more questions on the list, right, C-Lane?
That
We
was
cleared
it.
those? Okay, I got this for you. I don't know if we have enough time. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and JD says, good day, Sean. Question for Mo. I ran my credit reports recently and found that a credit collection agency based in New York has listed their address as my current address on one report and a previous address on the other two. Is this legal? I'm still disputing the charge, but I've sent to collections. I've been sent to collections in the meantime. I've been contacting the credit bureaus, but only one has deleted their address. The other two are making me jump through hoops to get their addresses removed. Any advice from Mo would be appreciated. Anything you think?
Well, I'm a little confused. Their address is the same as his address?
Yeah, they said a credit collection agency in New York has listed their address as his current address.
Okay, and so it's showing up on his credit report. Yeah, typically you should be able to dispute that fairly easily with the credit bureaus and have it removed from your credit report. I'd have some questions as to why it's the same address. Are they trying to commit fraud, or is it just a coincidence? Is it a building that has multiple units and they just got the unit number wrong or something like that? If there's actually something fraudulent going on or something that's unethical that they're doing by trying to use your address, then you may have some course of action. If it's just a mistake, then you're just going to have to monitor your credit report,
right,
and kind of keep on top of that.
All right, let us know with a follow-up on that email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we hear from you, your dispatches, thenewsjunkie.com. Go hit record on your first dispatch right now. All right, Moses, when we return, we got this announcement, and everybody needs to know what's going on, so stay close. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Authorities are working on that accident, clearing it up there on I-95 between State Road 40 and International Speedway Boulevard heading southbound. There's stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound between exit 289 and approaching Hancock Road. Heading westbound on I-4, heavy delays between World Drive and approaching State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Let's spread the word this month and save some lives with proactive healthcare. We do that with Life Imaging FLA's free heart scan. I go personally, try to get 50 friends and family over there. Started with my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and here's why. The testimonials coming out are simply amazing. People's lives are being saved, and it's a simple approach to proactive healthcare. Don't wait till there's a problem. Learn beforehand. You can do that with this scan, and then take that information to your primary care doctor and build that life plan. There are no dyes with this test. There are no injections. You don't have to take off your clothes. It only takes a few minutes. Take control and call Life Imaging FLA today. Get that free heart scan. Again, just a few minimum requirements, and it is a $699 value. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Love podcasts? Pull out your phone right now, open the free iHeartRadio app, and check out these podcasts. History on Trial.
Only 30 minutes to put her body in the wow.
Dateline NBC.
The first big clue in the mystery.
Mission Implausible.
The means to keep down what was then called the Third World.
Listen today on the iHeartRadio app. More than just the best radio, it's your favorite podcasts too. And best of all, it's absolutely free. iHeartRadio.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the
K8 on the horizon. In fact, we're 8 days away, friend. We are getting close.
I'm excited.
And this is an event you don't want to miss out on. What is it? Well, Just Okay is a big party. It's a major party. It's brought to you by our friends over at Mills Air. We absolutely love them. And it is an event that is St. Patrick's Day, right? We got that going on.
Yes, we do. Lots of drinking. Us, of course, if you've been listening for years and have always said, I want to party with those guys. They talk about it. But how is it to actually be there in the building with them?
You're going to know.
That's your opportunity. It
Yeah.
has gotten very strange in the past, let's be honest.
It's going to get weird.
In a fun way.
There's
Very
gonna
fun way.
There'll be a baby sloth there. You can take a photograph with a baby sloth.
Toothless.
Moses, I'm not sure if you're going to be taking this opportunity to get a baby sloth photo.
I'll think about it.
All right, put that on your radar at least, okay?
Please.
I
If not, we're going to throw the baby sloth at you.
If Moses comes back from the party with a photo with a baby sloth, I think his son is going to be jealous.
Oh,
would think so.
probably will.
Probably would be. Now, do you have sloth insurance?
No, we're just winging it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, we do. Stop saying that on the air.
It's a concert. It's a sideshow. It's a party. It's an event. It's a St. Patrick's Day experience with the News Junkie crew that you are never going to forget. We've got the Young Tapes. They're going to be there. They've been a huge favorite every single year we've had them.
Oh, yeah.
High energy band, and they're going to play all the songs you know. The Shabooms, a garage soul band, are going to be out there. Sealand and I in a duo that will be named at the event. We've decided on it officially.
Oh, you
we
have?
practice. Yep, we practice officially too.
Huh.
And we got everything ready to go. Well, everything, I say very, very, very loosely. Savvy's Little Helpers will be playing. There will be surprise guests. We'll have DJ Digital. We'll have stunts going on. There'll be performers all over the place. It's going to be wild. And you don't want to miss out on this. So the first thing that happened was VIP sold out in like 5 seconds. It went very, very fast. Then we released a couple more VIP, and those sold out in like 2 seconds. The VIP lounge is as full can be. And we've got the general admission tickets available right now, but those are going fast. So you need to make sure you grab those if you can at realradio.fm/justokay. Now, that's where Moses DeWitt comes in. Because Moses is a madman.
Yes, he is.
He's a wild man. And what he has done here is Moses has bought some tickets to Just Okay 8.
Not one, not two, but 3.
He's bought a bunch.
2, 1.
No. We don't need to tell him exactly how many he's purchased some tickets.
Okay.
To Just Okay 8.
Thank you, Moses.
There's a limited number of them, but Moses has purchased some tickets to Just Okay solely so he can hook some of you up. All right. And now, where is the big question? Where can you get your hands on some of these tickets for Just Okay? The announcement is going to be Monday morning on the Just Call Mo social. So tell everybody, Mo, where to stay focused for the actual location where they can go and immediately get their hand on those Just Okay tickets.
Just Call Mo on Facebook.
All right.
Just Call Mo on Instagram.
Okay.
Just Call Mo on OnlyFans.
No, it's easy
Those are
enough.
the 3 places.
All right, the OnlyFans one's going to be most convenient for me, so I'll stay over there.
Also, you look great.
Thank you.
It's
all I have to say.
A lot of Pilates.
Just Call Mo on all your social media accounts, wherever you are. Follow along on that. When you see on Monday morning where this is going to be, you need to get over there as fast as you possibly can.
Dang, Mo, that was really nice of you.
He's bought some tickets for some of you, but
not
some.
all of you.
Yeah, but not all of you, right? Some is what he's got tickets for.
Oh,
and
all day yuckers nailed it. It's Monly fans.
We'll have Busdecker out there. He's going to be at this place, this
So
location.
you'll be able to hear him if you're within 500 feet.
you might not even have to pay attention to social media. Just like listen,
roll your window down.
Yeah, just stick
Head
your
towards
ear
the
out.
voice.
In the morning, wake up and walk outside. You'll
Yeah,
hear
you'll be good.
what's going on. But if you miss that, go to the Just Call Mo socials, and this will be your chance for Mo to sneak you in to Just Okay. There are only going to be so many people that get in this way, so I want you to make sure you're paying attention. Just Call Mo on Facebook, Just Call Mo on Instagram, on the socials. Monday morning, you will get the location that you're supposed to go to.
Facebook,
and then
Instagram,
bam,
Twitter, y'all
you're
see
done.
this?
First of all, very nice of you to do, Mo.
Yes, thank you, Moses.
Just trying to help out the listener, Sean.
Very, very nice of you to do. Second of all, I don't want to hear from all the people who are going to start crying when they didn't get there fast enough on Monday.
That's fine because they can still go to realradio.fm/justokay.
Yes, of course. But if you want to slide in with Mo picking up the tab for you, you act very quickly on Monday morning. And if you try to go in there and go, Busdecker, Mo said I could get 10 tickets. Moses cleared this with me. No, you can't do that. All right? It's not happening.
If that happens, John, then you whip out your phone,
Yep.
video them being crazy, and we will play it right on the air for everyone to shame them.
Yeah.
'Cause
These
that's
are
insane.
These are super
supposed to
limited.
reward the listeners, not shame them.
I know, but
these are-
they're
yeah,
going
we
to walk
can't
up
do
to
that.
John saying, well, Mo said I could get 10. That's a
Yeah.
lie. He's
I want
lying.
a baker's dozen. Give me a baker's dozen of tickets. No, not happening. You will pick up, if you go there, a quick magnet if you're not participating in a game of magnets or don't have one, because I gave him some to divvy up with these. But you can get some of these tickets that Mo has picked up the tab, and it can get you in the door for Just Okay, courtesy of justcallmo.com. So that's going to be exciting. And again, that's going to be on the Moshals.
On the Moshals. Already got a message on Facebook. Can I get some tickets?
Yeah.
Okay, there you
That's not
go.
how it works. What the hell?
Not how it works. Please pay attention.
Yeah, Monday. Wait till Monday, and you'll see the location to go to, and then get there fast because you might not get your hands on these if you don't move quickly. All right, what else do we have here?
I don't even
Moses,
know. I'm just excited for this giveaway, baby.
I talked about this 5-year-old coach, so I guess maybe we should hear a little bit more of this.
You know that sounds insane, right?
It does.
Like a
but-
5-year-old coaching other
Yeah.
5-year-olds or
It's
adults?
coaching people. It's a 5-year-old assistant basketball coach, and his name is Christopher Bess. Lil Coach Bess is what he goes by. Let's see if this guy's a good time or if he annoys us because he's really not doing any coaching out
It's
there.
going to make you
Here he is.
smile. Now to the adorable 4-year-old coaching sensation here from Edgecombe
4-year-old?
County going viral.
Coach
He turned
Christopher
5.
Bess has been featured on Good Morning America and was just named the Tarboro High School 2024 Youth Coach of the Year.
His nickname is Lil Coach Bess, but his passion for the game is anything but little.
Oh, I see.
Get it?
No foul, no foul.
Meet Tarboro's
Look at him.
tiniest but
Okay.
most spirited basketball coach. At 4, Christopher Bess, nicknamed
What a
Lil
cutie
Coach
pie.
This guy.
Okay, so far I'm obsessed.
He's got a clipboard, and he's just like on the side
What
of the
a-
game.
And he's walking like an adult coach. It's so
and
weird.
The people he's coaching, they're not little kids like him.
No, and
It's a
they're
high
listening
school.
to him. It seems like they just showed B-roll of him like talking to an adult man about how he should do better in the game.
I want to see him curse out the ref.
Yeah, if he just started just
ejected.
letting go on the sidelines,
If you were to get ejected from the game, the ref just kicks him like
just punt him out of there.
across the court.
We don't kick children, Sabrina.
Yeah, please. Let's not. We don't need to get ourselves in
Wait
trouble.
till March 16th, baby.
All Day Yuckers says he knows more about sports than Sean. That is true. That's accurate.
Is the Tarboro High School varsity men's basketball team's
youngest motivator with a big personality. Lil Coach Bess's dad, Reggie, is the actual head coach.
Get him in there early.
I think he's the full-time coach. He told me last week he's now the new athletic director as well, so I guess I'll work for him. The kids love the community, have embraced him as well. He's been doing this a couple years. It's basketball season, even though I'm the head coach. He does it during football season, baseball season, you name it.
You come up, you set a screen for Jaden.
His brother.
Well, he actually knows about basketball. He just said you come up and you set a screen for Jaden. I mean,
that's pretty impressive.
That's good. I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know if they're a successful team or not. Now, he may be giving terrible advice, but
What's their record? That would be like the most impressive thing if they had a good record.
It doesn't say, and I don't even see like the score here for these folks. All right, here's the score. No, this is like practice here. Oh, they did an interview with him. You want to hear him?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Here he goes. Let's hear from this kid, 4 or 5 years old.
At a loss for words on the hardwood, he is a little shy when one-on-one.
That's a hard question. That's a hard question. That's a hard question right there. I tell them that it's fun.
Fun is exactly what he's having, hanging out with his dad and brother during the games.
It's amazing.
Early in the season, I had COVID. He told the guys, I'm going to coach my butt off. You just play your butt off. And just little things like that. And it's like the whole locker room erupted.
I like this. What you got to do here is you got to get your kid on the ground floor early in on something, Tiger Woods style. And if you could get your kid being a basketball coach, still money to be made in the basketball coach world. You could do well if you were really, really good. And nobody's going to beat him. He started doing this like 2 years old or something. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
His
when we come back.
family's never going to shut up about this when he grows up.
No. They're
Remember
like,
when you were the 4-year-old coach?
Yeah, you were on TV and everything, little Bess. When we return, we're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Every day this week on The Jim Colbert Show, it's your chance to join members of The Jim Colbert Show in a suite at the Kia Center to see comedian Tom Segura on March 14th. For your chance to win, just listen to The Jim Colbert Show weekdays starting at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for Central Florida on this Friday. And today is going to be a warm day, and we'll stay mostly dry as well. Plan for an afternoon high of 84 degrees in Orlando. About a 20% chance of a stray shower or two can't be ruled out throughout the afternoon. As we head into your Saturday, even hotter temperatures arrive, a high of 88 degrees, some of the hottest temperatures we've seen so far of 2024. A cold front arrives tomorrow night, bringing with it increasing rain chances.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Hey, did you know that Mortgage Guy Don has the best rates on commercial loans? That's right. Commercial loans, SBA loans, and business lines of credit. Do you have a high interest rate SBA loan at maybe 9%, 10%, 11%? If you qualify and have paid on time for the past 2 years, Don can refinance your SBA loan at an 8.25% fixed rate. You need a loan to buy a franchise? Go to thatmortgageguydon.com. It's the place to start. You want to build or expand your business? Go to thatmortgageguydon.com. Peace of mind at your fingertips at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Let's talk real risks and real safety for a sec. Right now, banks are juggling debts under the radar. Commercial properties, cars, credit cards they're owed on. It's a bit much, right? Makes you think about the big '08 crash. But there's a smoother way to handle your finances. I've turned to gold and silver. Traditional? Sure. Reliable? Absolutely. Not just shiny objects. Some stability in these uncertain times. Interested in exploring this path? Noble Gold Investments can guide you. They know their stuff about precious metals metals for IRAs and 401ks. And here's a little nudge. A 1/4-ounce gold standard coin free with a qualifying account only this month. Invest with the folks at Noble Gold Investments. Claim your free gold coin and secure your family's financial future. Just use the promo code GOLD. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Paid for by government.com. Here's your chance to get 5 iconic United States silver dollars spanning the last 150 years in one amazing set. Experts agree this is a must-have for silver coin buyers. That's right, all 5 silver dollars are legal tender official United States mint coins. If you call 1-800-386-7194 right now, we'll send you this ultimate 5-piece American silver dollar set with each silver coin in extremely fine or brilliant uncirculated condition. Guaranteed. This set includes every type of U.S. silver dollars in American history, issued from 1878 to 2024. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 150 years of U.S. silver dollars 5-piece set. Plus, receive a bonus display case, an information booklet, and free shipping. Don't miss your chance. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 5-piece set of iconic U.S. silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-386-7194.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of March. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
I had my first kid at 19, and this is going to sound strange, but the best advice I can give to other young dads is stay. I wanted to run away. I wanted to just keep living my own life, but I chose to be her dad, and now I'm glad I did. I can't imagine my life without my daughter, and I can't imagine making her grow up without a dad.
Dads, today may feel hard, but it's always the right choice to be a father first.
Bike Week is here. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Make sure to stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing and the movies.
Everything that we are doing is incredibly data-driven. We are getting signals in every single day about how specific audiences are performing. So although we're marketing at a very broad scale, and that does include specific local markets, that's really the beauty of iHeart's network. You're not serving the same message to a consumer in Nashville necessarily that you may be in New York. You have the ability to be very specific and very personalized, but at a tremendous scale.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
That didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. And obviously we'll be back next week with more in the run-up to Just Okay 8. As we said earlier, Moses has swooped in, and for a limited amount of you, he's going to be picking up the tab for your Just Okay 8 ticket. But that's only
Just the
for the
ticket.
folks.
He's not paying for any of your drinks or nothing.
Hell no. But and that's only for the folks because he's getting messages from like all over the country from
that's
people.
great.
Now.
That works out perfectly. Mo, can you pick me up on your plane, please, and bring me to Just Okay? Thanks.
Somebody said, where did they say they were flying in from?
Pennsylvania.
I'm flying in from Pennsylvania. Can you give me one of the tickets?
If you
Mo?
fly in from Pennsylvania, I will give you tickets.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's.
Everyone's going to tell you they're flying in from Pennsylvania. You know
I'm going to
right?
need to see tickets.
I said, Mo, could you imagine if this guy flew in risking it and you just brutally told him to his face? You're like, sorry.
We ran
Can't do it.
out.
Yeah, you can hang out outside the plaza and just kind of see what happens out there.
That would be so mean.
So make sure you're paying attention on Monday morning and bright and early on the Just Call Mo social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, on those different platforms. And if you are watching, you will see the location where you can go meet Bus Decker of JustCallMo.com, and he'll hook you up. If you're there very, very fast, he'll hook you up.
He's a very tall man. You'll know him from a mile away, I'm sure.
Right. And it's like, +1 is okay, but like, don't go rolling in there saying you want a whole bunch of tickets. That ain't happening. All right, let's see what we got here, Mo, as we're wrapping things up and getting out for the weekend. What do you got going on this weekend? Got anything big happening?
I don't think so.
Part of the wrap-up, Mo, so please answer.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing this weekend.
All right.
I'll be with Jack Bradshaw at the Orlando City soccer game.
Oh, are you? Nice.
Why
okay.
are you laughing? You don't want to hang out?
I will.
Okay.
Tell Jack Bradshaw it's now custom to when you go into the studio, just grab a microphone and start hanging out with us and start chatting. That's what everybody does now, you know?
Why do you think he's in the studio?
Traps tensing up for some reason. I don't know why.
Why do you think he's in the studio? He's hiding from.
If Ken
Nobody's
Terry is
here
still
anymore.
there,
I completely missed the party.
if Ken Terry is still there for the next show, I'm loving that guy. I'm all for it,
Hey,
man.
he's a big fan of ours, and I think that we have been big fans of his in the past. So I'm excited. Today was beautiful. Everything that happened.
It was a thing.
Except for Sabrina not getting any food.
Okay, yeah, I got 2 macaroni bites.
That's not enough.
They had beef patties, no buns.
That's not sustenance right there.
Happy retirement.
All right, here's that tie-dyed chick with a dispatch that says, Lil Coach. It's about the Lil Coach, I'm assuming, right?
Hey, good day, everybody. I think that little coach is awesome. He does have an Instagram out there with a bunch of videos. One where he's telling the players that he coaches his butt off, so they better play their butt off while he's pounding his chest. He goes up to the ref, yelling at him, telling them that he needs some calls.
You better watch
He's
that.
great. Have a great day, everybody.
You know, there's almost a little bit of me that makes me think the dad, who's the actual coach, is using him as a tiny human shield. He goes, go complain to the ref. Say we're not getting the right calls we're looking for.
And nobody's going to say no to that kid.
No, unless he
Some
really
ref
goes
would.
far.
There's one big head ref
Listen,
that would
you-
definitely do that.
You little asshole, and he just punched the kid right off the court. Oh,
You're
that's not gonna look
ejected
good.
forever.
Let's go over to Fried with the dispatch.
Speaking of dogs, recognizing their owners after like 10 years. The first time I met my son, he was 10 years old, and he was like, Papa? I was like, son? No way.
That is a whole lot more sad than the dog story of somebody who lost their dog. Moses, you think if your dogs were lost for 10 years, they would still remember you when they saw you
They
the
don't
next
care
time?
if I leave for 10 minutes. They're just laying on the couch, watching TV. They don't care about that.
Lady would remember Courtney, but Lady would be like, this guy. Nah, not ringing a bell.
Didn't Daryl tell us once that like some of the dogs, I don't know if it's all dogs, but some dogs have no actual sense of time passing. So whether you're gone for 10 minutes or 10 days or 10 years,
They don't know?
They're not totally sure.
You could tell that to a lot of fathers who just left their families and say, look, little kids, they don't have a sense of time. So they won't know that you ditched them for 10 years. And then perhaps we could put families back together, C-Lane. Was that your goal in this, or is that just a nice side effect?
No, that got weird.
All right.
It got so
really weird.
If we can take something good out of this, let's do it. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, let's do it.
All right, good times.
Here's Dr. Ravioli talking about Just Okay.
What's up, man? It's Dr. Ravioli here. So we got Just Okay coming up, which I'm really excited about. I know we've had a few announcements here and there. You know, what I was really wondering is if you guys would be making an announcement that at the end of the night, there would be an inebriated man out front fighting a palm tree again. Because that was a really good highlight for me. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to be part of the events again this year, but, you know, maybe you guys know.
I don't know about that
I
stuff.
could just
until
barely
afterwards.
hear Dr. Ravioli over that tank he was driving.
He's driving an M1 Abrams, and he's going to be pulling up to Just Okay in that tank.
That'd be cool.
Based on that, just the background sound, I feel like he needs to get one of the tires checked.
He's saying there was somebody at the last Just Okay who was fighting a palm tree outside. Which, yeah, I hear that's true. And there was like somebody who crashed. There's all the stories that we get the next day.
Be
we're doing
safe,
stuff.
please. That's
Yeah.
one of our biggest concerns is be safe, have fun.
If you can. Here's Chaos. This is a serious question for Mo. Let's see what we've got.
What's up, junkies? What's up, Mo? So, Mo, I had a question. Let's say, hypothetically, I know a guy that's a pool guy, and he hypothetically fell in a pool and landed chest first on the homeowner's pool. And now he's having issues with his chest and his gut from where he fell. Is there anything, said hypothetical person, they can do other than go?
All right, so he's saying a pool guy.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, right? Not
Whenever
totally
it starts
not
off
him.
as hypothetically, you know it's going to be
Generally just the person. But if it's not him, who knows? A pool guy falls into a pool at a customer's house and is somehow injured as a result of this. What's their situation looking like?
I mean, you have two possible aspects to that. You could have a workers' comp claim because you're on the job, assuming that you qualify for workers' comp.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's some sort of negligence on the part of the homeowner, I don't know how you fell or why you fell, but there's something defective there, then you could possibly sue the homeowner and their insurance as well.
But if you were just a dumbass and you fell in the pool,
then you probably can't sue them. But it depends what happened.
Very painful. All right, last one for now. This is Ray B talking about self-checkout. Okay.
Hey, news junkies, love the show. Yeah, I don't use the self-scanners either. You know, when I go to Publix, they're charging me enough for the food I'm getting, and then I got to scan it and bag it myself. No way. Plus, I'm not for the elimination of jobs. You know, these retirees got to have a job, got to have something to do early in the morning.
They're taking our jobs.
So unless I have to, unless I have no choice, I don't use them, don't like them, don't want to. They don't work all the time, and you got to get somebody anyways to figure out the price. So don't want them.
All right, buddy. God damn, man. That's a man who really doesn't like self-checkout. Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Let's wrap things up.
Good little Friday rant.
You know how people are, Mo. At the end of a Friday, they're just kind of...
I don't like self-checkout either. I agree with the guy.
You could just not use self-checkout.
Yeah, sometimes.
But sometimes people still just get fired up. So there you are. All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Let's see what we have here. More stories about people on the other side of Ozempic, and some people saying it's not nearly as bad as the horror stories are saying. People saying they do believe in the claims of Ozempic. Moses, have you had anybody call for like those kind of weight loss related lawsuits ever?
Yeah, we have. I think with Ozempic, the big one is I think it ruins your teeth or something. I think we had one or two people call about that.
That's new for me.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I could be remembering that incorrectly, but I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, so like unintended side effects kind of stuff.
Yeah, basically. I forget what causes your teeth to be ruined, but something like that.
A United Airlines jet lost a tire, had to make an emergency landing in Los Angeles, California. This thing was traveling from San Francisco to Osaka, Japan. Nice long flight. The moment the plane takes off, wheel just falls right off of the plane.
Did you see the car that the tire landed on?
It smashed the hell out of that thing.
Yes, it did.
How big are those wheels?
Think how big the plane is. It's got to support that
They're
plane.
huge, but
Yeah.
is it like, are they taller than me?
I don't think they're that big.
Because wow, that seemed rude. I don't think they're that big. I'm not gonna go that far.
My question, I guess, because the plane was going to Osaka, it was safer to make the emergency landing. But I mean, if all you did was lose a tire, couldn't you just fly your route and then worry about it?
If you were on that flight, would you want them to keep going?
If I were on that flight, they wouldn't have told me that they lost a tire.
Keep that quiet. Maybe it's a better move. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, March 8th, 2024. And Moses, best of luck here.
Thank you, sir.
I'm always rooting for you in Today I Learned as we end things on a Friday.
God bless.
Today I learned this character right here.
Kermit the Frog.
That's right. Kermit the Frog, or Kermit the Frog. His name is different depending on where you are on this great, big, wide world of ours, or this planet of ours. In Portugal, he's called Cocas. And he's called Osapo in Brazil, which means toad. He's not even a frog. He's a toad there. What the hell is that?
Cocas the frog here.
In Spain, he's called Gustavo.
That's
in
fun.
Arabic, he's called Camel, Kamel, which is the common Arabic male name.
His
that
name
means
is
perfect.
Camel the Frog?
Camel the Frog.
Camels?
I don't know. That's very confusing. In Hungary, he's called Breki, Breki, which sounds kind of fun. Mo, this is a bit concerning to me here. Today, I learned a survey found 56% of commercial pilots admitted to sleeping whilst flying.
Sick.
And 29% admitted to waking up and finding the other pilots asleep as well. Which
you want a well-rested pilot for when you land.
I just like them
Can
rested
they get
a
their
little
rest
bit
before?
Yeah, please. I don't want to think that they're both sleeping up there in the...
I have a really good story about a pilot falling asleep. I don't know if I should say it on the air.
Was it Loveless?
Basically, he fell asleep flying the plane and woke up over the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh!
Had to turn around back to Orlando.
Great, nothing to worry about.
Nope.
Today, I learned this guy.
That is it's Phil Collins.
Yeah. Phil Collins is correct.
He could have got used it.
C-Lane couldn't get it to his brain.
I almost said Peter Gabriel, which would have been interesting.
You get slapped by music lovers for that. Phil Collins spontaneously sang the lyrics to In the Air Tonight, which you're
Better
hearing.
be timed out right.
They were completely improvised, and he didn't write them down until singing them for the first time on a piece of paper he still keeps to this day. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back on Monday. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast in thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you on Monday.